All right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safe with Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
It's the 6 o'clock check-in. Come on, let's go. It's the AM nasty big hello. It's that static AM radio. It's the cool bed red hot Nielson show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack at 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
.603, you're tuned into the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart TuneIn Radio app and on YouTube. What do we?
She's running hot this morning.
He's got a lot of volume.
Yeah.
It's running hot. That's Jason Milne. You can't blame Dusty anymore because he's not here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I can blame whoever I want.
Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielsen yet again.
At the root of it, it is Dustin's fault. And
actually, you're right.
What did we determine? The actual root of the root? It's Tammy's.
Yep, Dustin Nielsen's still on the shelf. I think we moved him back to day.
Yeah.
Well, he's no Connor McDavid.
He said to me, he's turned the corner.
Turned the corner.
Yeah.
But I've heard that before in this in this journey.
Yeah.
How many corners are there?
Well, he's actually
it's a house of mirrors.
He actually has medicine.
The steroid, the roids.
Yeah. No meth.
Yeah.
Something.
Well, hey, no, we don't have to rip Dusty, R.I.P. Dusty. There's none of that going on here. I know everybody's anxious. I know in the YouTube, what do you call it? The is it a cryon or the preview? Our faces go up.
Dude.
People are waiting for the curtain raises, and it's your face on there again.
You're right.
And not to say people are disappointed. And as you mentioned yesterday, maybe the surprise is what was it? Was the words that your son eloquently put it? The surprise is worn off.
Yeah, no, as my son said, is it becoming progressively less and less special?
That's what it is. Because near the beginning of this journey that you and I have been on, your face would pop up and people are like, oh, it's Wil Fraser. Oh, great. Yeah. And I was like, where's Dusty? Yeah. So,
It's the B sharps, man. Hello. Come on, follow me in. Matthew,
I wanted as well producing the show this morning, and we thank Zach for his time yesterday. But this should be a good one. We got a lot of things cooked up today. If you listened yesterday, you'll know kind of what we're doing on that.
That's
on
right.
Front.
Yeah.
But we're going to tease it throughout. That's what we said too.
That's right.
Yeah. The Nielsen Show presented as always by Southport Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Check them out today online, www.southportchev.com, or in person out in Fort Saskatchewan. Great dealership, Daniel and Claire, running a tight ship. Southport Chevrolet. Tell them EST sent you. You'll get an additional $1,000 credit on your trade-in vehicle. They won't be beaten on any price. Find the best deal you think you can, and then take it out of the fort, and they will beat it. Just like the Golden Knights beat the Oilers last night.
Yes.
Too soon?
No. Are you saying they'll beat it really late in the process.
They'll beat it late. You will be in no man's land like Evan Bouchard, right?
Yeah.
Look, lots of ways to cut this one, and we'll get into it. We'll have a morning after show for you coming up rather quickly here. Just going over the menu for today as we are coming to you live as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. I asked you which piece of the chicken you prefer. We've said we could go down on a whole bird and have no squabbles at all. Yeah. We would pick apart what we like. I'd like to ask Matthew Iwanek if it isn't too early as well. And I know this isn't a chicken joke, and I don't mean to get into this area, but Will and I asked him are you a drumstick guy? We all know what we are wing-wise. Flats, I mean, there's two options there. But are you a drumstick guy? Will prefers the back straps. But are you like a thigh? Do you like the
chicken breast?
The breast, yeah. He's a breast man.
You're basic.
Juicy.
That's great. There's nothing wrong with that.
Basic.
There's nothing wrong
There's
with that
a
at
lot
all.
of meat there.
Yeah, good meat.
That's the leftover piece. That's the one that tastes the best cold. So leave it till it's cold. I think it's temperature dependent. Matthew Iwanek is joining. My favorite Matthew Iwanek is joining us.
He's on fire for you.
Defiant Matthew Iwanek is joining us this morning.
Not fired up yet, but he will be fired up at around 6:40. That's coming up later on in this hour after the morning after show. EST Flyweight LA. Bit of a change today, keeping you on your toes. Bruce Boudreau is the lone guest. He'll be in for Pro-Am Sports. He had to move his time to around 7:30 today. So Bruce will be joining us smack dab in the middle of hour number 2. The EST Flyweight LA keyword coming up at 7:05. That's right, 7:05. Be by your phones for that one. We will have a word. You'll text it in. One of you lucky texters will get a call. You'll be the next qualifier on the EST Flyway to LA. We got the basketball, we got the football, and the hockey, rental car accommodations, all that included happening just post-Christmas and before New Year's. So be by your phone once again, 7:05. Can't stress that enough. Changing it up a bit, keeping you on your toes. We'll also have some exciting, we'll discuss about the Edmonton Sports Talk shop, the pop-up shop that is around here for the next little while. Cool, but Canada hotline of the day as well. It is Thursday, and you know what that means.
No, I don't. I'm new here.
Smoked brisket cheesesteaks, the world-famous sandwich at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, and you'll have a chance to get a GC to the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge with our Thursday night pick'em.
Is that where you're going to be tonight?
That's where I will be tonight, baby.
Maybe I'll join you. No, I won't. We're sick of
It's
each other.
wild there, man. On a Thursday night as well. You'll have a chance. The scoreboard will be up. An NFL jersey on the line. And a pretty tasty matchup tonight. Bengals and Ravens. And I'm glad that we have Matty in the house. He can give us a bit of a Ravens point of view from this whole game.
Is this their second Thursday nighter, Matty?
They've been prime time. They had, Chiefs to open the season, was it? Or
Chiefs open the season. They had the Bucks on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Bucks on Monday. That's right.
Primetime darlings.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember if they've had any other prime time. They might have had one more.
Well, kudos to the NFL for realizing this is your most exciting team.
They're hit and miss sometimes with the prime, especially the Thursday nighters. Monday Night Football is that institution, right?
Yeah.
Thursday sometimes it'd be a bit, but tonight, spare no expense. And again, smoked brisket cheesesteaks, the square board up and going, your chance at an NFL jersey. Tomorrow's Friday, weather's pretty fair. Let's make a night. Let's have a night down at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. But your chance at a GC coming up around 7:20. We'll spin the wheel as well for an anytime touchdown score.
If you're, if you're a fantasy football player, you can win the week tonight.
Well, in this wheel, usually sometimes it's not populated the best in terms of the matchups.
Right.
This is a pretty fat wheel.
Yeah.
Pretty flush. So Bruce Boudreau, once again, as mentioned, 7:30. We'll dive into the Oilers Golden Knights. I know somebody wanted to. He's a wrestling guy, so maybe today, since the Oilers lost, we kind of ask a few wrestling. Go
to wrestling.
A little different path, perhaps, with Brucey. How close do you think he'll be to the camera? You're. I loved it. We both loved it.
Oh my God.
Dusty spoiled it by telling you to step back.
It was my favorite thing in a long time.
He should have was this good? Perfect. Don't change a thing. He could have been joining us throughout the season that close, and I would have loved it.
If you have not joined this program on YouTube yet, today's the day. Pull over, pull the cell phone out.
Actually, yeah.
Get it running.
For a multitude of reasons.
Yeah.
The Fan Zone will wrap up hour 2 for fans first. Kind of easy trivia.
Fan Zone.
Will's got his paper ready to go.
Another.
It's why you're coming in, really.
Another blank page staring back at me, and the anxiety just starting to build.
Stomach's
Oh,
gurgling
yeah.
a bit. Yeah,
It's
of
not
course.
good. Yeah.
I have anxiety for another reason that's coming up in the third hour. 3 questions for me for Park Mazda. That hurts for James H. Brown Injury Lawyers. And you've brought it in. We talked about it yesterday. We were talking. Yesterday kind of went off. No geography talk today. We're not doing that because that really threw me.
You
but
never know.
Will purchased this from what Asian country here? Was this?
This was
Japan?
an Amazon purchase, but.
But it's all got the. Oh no.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I saw one
think
package
it might
with a bunch
be
of,
Vietnamese. I don't know.
Mandarin
it is-
writing on it.
Yeah, it is. It is.
But it's foreign, right? Like it's not. Like it's.
Well,
You
it
can't
says-
get it over the counter type.
It's in English in bold.
So I'm
Nose,
reading
hair,
it.
wax.
I'm nose hair wax. We'll be waxing our nostrils coming up at around 8:20 this morning. So stick around for that. And once again, as you
Matthew
say,
Wannick might pass out from the pain.
well, look. Again, no offense. You've got some thick legs. I got hairy legs too. Like more so.
You
But
are
you have a
genetically endowed with a lot of hair.
you have a matted like it's a very like a your head's like a beaver pelt. The nose. I don't know what do you shave up there quite a bit. I stick the razor up there sometimes, but
It's not a lot.
no.
But do you use the razor?
I've used stuff.
Yeah. I've tried in the past, and it leaves a stubble, which is even more
That's-
uncomfortable
you don't want that.
than the hair. This life changing.
This gets rid of the old 5 o'clock shadow up there. Eh?
This will be as profound of a change to your life as if you've never used the wet wipes in the bathroom, and then you go and you're like, oh my god, this is changing my life.
I'm excited to smell the casino tonight, the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge in its entirety, the way it should be smelled.
It will stun you. Yeah.
8:20. I can't wait. Like I'm buzzing.
Yeah, it does leave you for the first day though with a post cocaine nasal drip for a little bit.
I have no idea what you're talking.
So you'll just be walking around doing a little bit of a just because you're
Yeah, that'll go over well at the casino tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure. Yeah. So that's coming up again. That hurts at around 8:20. We're waxing our noses. Full Brazilian maybe, hey, or full Japanese. I guess.
I don't know
whatever
if we'll have enough wax, but if we have enough left over, we're doing the whole body.
Sure, I'm game.
Yeah, but like in a spiral pattern working out.
It's might as well have a little fun with it.
Yeah.
Don't be so uniform about it. I got beef as well for Corey the Butcher and Acme Meats. That's coming up around 8:30. Maybe we'll have beef with the pain that this gives me. It's a bit of a crossover.
It's gonna blow your mind. You're gonna be like, that is so easy.
But you said it goes right up to like the brain, pulling out by the roots.
Like if
these
got,
are carrots that have been up there.
Yeah,
for,
exactly. If you've got that one hair that's been grown for 15 years, you kind of attached to the tear duct, that thing's coming out.
And the wrap for William Huff. We'll wrap up the show around 8:40. Text of the day, what we're watching tonight, what we learned, blah, blah, blah. If you do have a text, though, this morning, whether it's due to with nose hair removal, the Thursday nighter, Ravens, Bengals, or more importantly, the Oilers in there. Look, we'll get into the morning after show, I guess, right now, but text in 780-218-9999 is the number, and it's at Paris Jewelers inbox. Gotta love them. Family-owned, operated, 22 stores, 4 provinces across this great nation. Large and high-quality selection of engagement rings, including lab-created at great prices. Shop in-store or online. www.parisjewelers.com, 780-218-9999. But let's just get into the morning after show here. That was your morning announcements for 100.3 The Bear, Edmonton's best rock. Well, okay, before the game, a few things in the NBA as well. We should not forget.
Let's go to the text because we got an early one in, and thanks to Rip City Step.
This is great. A great
for
stat.
Lou Dort passing Michael Jordan in career 3-pointers.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic poll.
And I just want to, what was the original? I got to bear with me here. But yes, no, what else happened in the NBA last night? I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder dropping their first, right?
Losing their first one in
here it is.
heartbreaking fashion. SGA getting blocked at the buzzer.
Lou Dort, and thanks again to Rip City Step. He retweeted this last night, OKC Thunder stats. You can follow them at Thunder Numbers if you are so interested. I know you're a big Twitter guy. X. Lou Dort has passed Michael Jordan for 364th place on the NBA's all-time list for made three-pointers.
Yeah.
So Jordan bumps down to 365, Dort up to 364.
Yeah. All the big names are falling now.
Well, hey,
Lou Dort's in the
Dort's
house.
coming at you.
Yeah.
Luchez Dort. I know.
Lou Dort's a pretty good ball player.
I jest. It's just the name that's going to follow. No relation to Britt Dort, I think, from CTV Regina.
Yeah.
But
or
look,
maybe.
I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's interesting when your local pro team is underachieving. You narrow the focus. You don't understand that this is a pain that is felt by other fan bases.
Sure.
76ers fan right now. What are you going through? Your 76ers
Dropped 4 straight.
They're 1-6 on
Winless
the year.
on home court.
Like it's not that they're having a hard time. They're a bad basketball team.
Thunder, of course, dropping their first. They fell to 7-1. The Suns, they've won 6 in a row. I do believe they won last, and the Warriors as well, 7-1. So a 3-team logjam. Warriors have won 5 straight. The Lakers were also in action last night.
They fell
to the Grizz out in Memphis. Matthew, I wonder if you have any thoughts on this. You have 10 seconds.
No, nothing. Nothing, Dad. Anthony
He's not
Davis
even
was
used
hurt.
all his time.
Anthony Davis was hurt, so
See, this
is what it is.
This is
early.
my favorite Awonic.
Is what it is. Early.
Of all the Awonics, and there is
There are.
many Awonics.
It's a kaleidoscope of
This is my
personalities.
favorite one.
Yeah. And the Cavaliers as well remain undefeated in the East. 9-0 right now for the Cavs. They've won 9 straight. Celtics 7-2. They dropped 1 last night again to the Warriors, who picked up another win. So look, that's your NBA picture. 76ers falling to the Clippers at the Intuit Dome, which is where we'll be sending you. Intuit. They got into it and then they got out of it. Raptors also
Inglewood
falling in Sacramento to the Kings in Inglewood in the Intuit Dome. Clippers 110, 76ers 98. Look, I know we had some Conference USA football as well to get to. You do believe? As we make our way around the morning announcements, we're trying to avoid this hockey game, I guess.
Yeah. This is.
I mean,
This is a young couple trying to avoid their first fight. That's what this is. We're willing to talk about anything.
or our hands under the blanket.
Other
Like, as
than-
much as we want it, we don't want it.
Yeah. Other than what happened in the living room. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Maction, actually.
It was the action.
It was
yeah.
Maction.
Okay. Yeah. What do we got?
You had Ohio beating Kent State 41-0. Kent State still hasn't won a game this year.
Have they scored a point? 41-0.
I will look that up right away here. Northern Illinois 42-28 over Western Michigan. The 2 road teams won yesterday.
Great logo, Northern Illinois. NIU. Wolfpack.
Northern Illinois, which
Huskies.
is Wisconsin. Like
Huskies has to be the most named football name out there.
I would think so.
Like overall,
Yeah.
in the Americas.
yeah.
In 9 games, they have 136 points scored.
That are Cougars, right?
Cougars, yeah. Those are the
Cougars,
2.
Huskies.
Those are the 2. High school, junior, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Pop Warner, if you will.
Yeah, they're averaging 15 points a game, Kent State. The Golden Flashes.
Golden.
That's
Yes, Will, have at it. What do you got for this
my
one?
nickname in high school.
Well, it's no Young Boys of Burn, right?
Young boys.
Kenny Burns is their coach. It's listed as Kenny Burns.
Ken Burns, the documentary.
Kenny Burns.
Kenny Burns.
No, it's Kenny Burns.
He does,
with an
I know, but
I.
he doesn't want to be confused.
Coaches.
He doesn't want to be
When
confused.
he coaches, he goes by Kenny, but
And it's spelt with an I.
seriously.
Kenny with an
his,
I.
His documentary
At the end
on
instead
the,
of a Y.
on the
Kenny
Vietnam,
with an I?
Kenni Burns.
Yeah.
Kenny Burns.
His documentary on Vietnam is must watch. If you want to understand what's
I
going
like-
on in America today, that's
I don't
it.
mind a Ken Burns doc every once in a while.
Maybe Kenny Burns needs to do a doc on why he's
Yeah.
Kent State can't get victories.
Whoa.
He only won 1 game last year. He was 1-11 last year. Now he's 0-9.
I don't know. This is a real late take. It's not even hot anymore. This is a stone cold take. The Kent State fans a little gun shy. Oh, sorry, that's deep history, but yeah.
Yeah, you talking that Ken Burns, eh? Yeah, you must have watched a
Yeah.
Ken Burns narrating a Kent State documentary
Yeah,
and
yeah.
coaching the football
That's
team.
right, yeah.
Mwah. Chef's kiss. Okay, well, we'll get into the hockey. Thank you for the Maction update. I like your Maction update. Was that it on the docket?
Just 2 games.
Only just.
You have a doubleheader. We're not ready for the triple headers yet on a Wednesday.
Young boys.
Nobody understands what you're doing. You're just. You can't just yell "young
Yeah,
boys"
you're
in the
about
show.
to get our
Nobody,
YouTube video clay flagged
exactly.
or something because you keep yelling that.
If people knew what was going on, but you can't. Like, we didn't even preface Champions League here. It's a Golden Flashes.
Oh, you old golden flash, you.
You. This has a pool boy job joke.
Yeah, yeah.
It's somewhere in here. I can't
that's
pick
right.
it out. But
Yeah,
all right, let's
That's
get
what
to
the blank sheet of paper's for.
the NHL slate last night. More than 2 games. You had 3.
Wow.
The Red Wings dumping the Blackhawks 4-1. The Washington Capitals handing the Nashville Predators yet another loss, 3-2. But I guess both stories on both of these teams, the Predators struggling to find their footing.
Right.
The Capitals, though, continuing to succeed, albeit the pundits, saying that they shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But a good story out there in D.C. And I guess the story within the story, if you want to zoom in like the election coverage, Alex Ovechkin's 8th of the season is his pursuit of Gretzky continues. He's flying. They're flying. They had the Flying Eagle jersey. I prefer that.
Yeah.
I like them going back to the stick logo at first. I don't really like the two-feathered red eagle, but I like that screaming eagle, the Peter Bondra, the Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
That's the best uniform they
That's
have.
the
black.
glory years.
That to me is
of the Capitals. Screw
Back when I
that
was banging.
Screw that Stanley Cup year.
back when I was banging it.
There is some news though. Predators GM Barry Trotz yesterday going on radio.
Yeah.
and basically going, I don't know, maybe we need to rebuild.
Yeah, he threatened them. You're a father. You know what this is like. If you don't smarten up,
Isn't that wild?
well, yeah, you're out of the house. Pretty much. That's kind of what he said, eh?
So it does make me wonder, is this Barry Trotz's, did Barry Trotz come up with the plan that we are now seeing on the ice? Or is this an owner who came and went, Barry, let's take a run at it?
I see. Yeah.
Because usually the architect, the painter of the picture, if you will, is a little more invested in the lineup, right? Is a little more willing to be kind of like, I believe in my decisions. But Barry Trotz very much gives the opinion that it's like, yeah, this ain't working. Let's trade it all off. Like he literally used the words rebuild.
And that's, again, you're right.
He
'cause
didn't
it's-
insinuate. He was direct.
And you're thinking, well, this is the team that you just
You
constructed.
just built this,
You're
man.
right. That's what left my brain thinking. I was kind of sitting there processing it and listening. And you could tell the emotion. Like he wasn't just kind of saying it. He was pretty fired up, shall we say. Yeah, that's an interesting point. And kind of showing the public, but not necessarily showing them, but saying, hey, look,
First
this
of all,
isn't mine.
I love it.
Yeah,
I'm here all
very
day
interesting.
for it. That's exactly once again, fantasy hockey players are sitting there going, "That's exactly how I'd manage a team. I'd give them 5 games, and if it's not working, I blow the whole thing up." It's what a wild thing to say in November. It's not that he was like, we may need to make some changes to address our deficiency. He was not politically correct in his phrasing. He literally used the words rebuild. That's not a tweaking of a roster. That's taking the contracts that you don't like, that you just signed, and moving them out, right? Because Steven Stamkos did not sign in Nashville to be a part of a rebuild.
For sure.
He signed in Nashville to prove to Tampa Bay that they made a mistake. And the only way you do that is by playing on a winner and hoisting a Stanley Cup, or at least making it further in the playoffs than they do. So this is going to be an interesting story to follow. I'm here all day for it. Rather than the slow death over an entire season, I much more prefer the GM who's like pre-Christmas going, I might nuke this thing.
Yeah. If we don't get it going, he said, then I'm going to start our rebuild plan. It hasn't even been American Thanksgiving yet, right? That's your high water mark, damn it. And Trotz is throwing all that out the window. It's November 7th for crying out loud.
And he said that before their 3-2 loss last night.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. You're right.
This is a bad loss for the National. They did not exactly respond to the coaxing of their general manager.
Well, it's a good thing we have Bruce Boudreau on today of all days. He's been in a coaching. I mean, that's kind of he's not the day when you want somebody not a player type of thing to address those types of comments and see where those land. We'll get his thoughts on that once again. 7:30. Let's get into this Oilers game, shall we?
Alrighty. There you go. Really stretch it out.
Oh, yeah.
Take care.
Morning after show.
Yep.
Oilers drop 1-4-2. I mean, look, it was Brett Kulak, who I think is second in team now in points collection or whatever you want, scoring third goal of the season. Nice tip, nice shot from Darnell Nurse.
Really good play.
A
nice ability for them to maintain pressure, find different lanes, find different looks to throw at a goaltender. So
and Hyman finding his way, albeit a greasy goal off the boards. I mean, you take him as you get him.
Zach Hyman, that's 40% of Zach Hyman's production is going to be a grease.
True.
So.
But that was a different type of grease.
Yeah.
Like,
You almost
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, sure, almost.
Almost.
That makes it 2-1 after Jack Eichel opened the scoring again on a. Evan Bouchard. Look, I don't know what degree you want to blame Evan Bouchard for last night's overall loss. I think you can zoom in, as we do with the election coverage, a little closer to the individual goals and plays. Maybe you got him on one. Maybe you got him on both last night. Where do you come out on Bouchard in terms of 1 to 10 blame? Because people are all over the map.
I think that there's a lot of focus on Evan Bouchard because he's the one in the camera shot.
Sure.
Right? Like
and when you're on defense and they're scoring, that's kind of...
He's the one in the middle of the frame in no man's land. But it's Matthias Ekholm not playing the body on a play where you have to play the body. Like, there's one job there, and it's to make... If you're not going to win the puck, you need to make sure that the guy who is winning the puck is paying some sort of a price to do it. Mm-hmm. But Barbashev just sticks a stick in, is able to pull it back free and clear. Ekholm then turns the wrong way on that play, completely eliminating any sort of second chance out of that. And then whichever forward on exiting the offensive zone, coming back defensively, who was supposed to pick up the defenseman.
I think Skinner, was it?
It was at least two forwards who don't pick up Noah Hannafin, who gets on his horse. And so Hannafin has a clear line into the zone, unperturbed. And once again, you got guys with sticks out chasing a puck instead of bodying up and taking a man. So I don't know if it's system. Smarter people out there understand the flaw in the Oilers system that led to that goal. But Evan Bouchard is probably number 3 or 4 on my list of who screwed up on that play. Bouchard set up to receive the pass from Matthias Ekholm, who up until a half second before he lost the puck looked like he was about to make a very efficient play on a ring around. And instead he loses the most winnable battle in the world. And then Evan Bouchard is in no man's land because Evan Bouchard is not supposed to be out there picking up the defenseman coming in late. That's not his job on that play.
But you go back to the Eichel goal.
Yeah.
Now that's a different can of worms then too.
Sure.
And that's why I was saying we're going to explore these kind of...
Absolutely.
That you would have him a little higher than...
I would have... But that was the 1-0 goal in the first period.
Sure, yeah.
That was not the 3-2 goal with less than a minute to go.
Absolutely. But again, with this team's scoring capabilities right now in the bit of the tank, I don't know. What do you think? 780-218-9999. Both -2s on the night, and I know people don't put a lot to plus minus these days, but
that paints an accurate picture.
Yeah, I mean, for last night, sure, I think it does as well. Somebody saying Skinner for Yaros in the nasty chat. Don't know. I think the goaltending last night, we had a bit of a Four Nations preview between Hill and Skinner. I think both of them played a pretty good game.
Listen, the Oilers are a vibe team. They are a team that relies upon playing with confidence, and right now no one in that roster has any confidence going for them, and that trickles down to your goaltender.
Connor McDavid back, pointless, -1 again. Do with that what you will. 21 minutes and 2 seconds of ice time.
Wow.
He had a couple shots. I mean, you're just kind of...
To me, the bigger stat is that Jack Eichel line being a +3.
Sure.
Eichel with a goal and 2 assists, Barbashev with 3 assists.
But McDavid coming back, I mean, did you have to then, one of these games, like it's a good team, it's a premier matchup. I think exercising him and getting him out there,
I would just like to see, we talk about it all the time, every time Sidney Crosby comes to town, that you can count on Connor McDavid amplifying his game because he wants to impress.
Sure.
Right? The guy that I grew up idolizing is on the ice with me. I'm going to give everything that I have. I would like to see him start doing that with other players. Right? Like Jack Eichel.
And returning from injury, I don't want to throw him into the fire like that.
Number 2 right behind him.
Yeah.
And Eichel, over the last year and a bit, since he became a healthy Golden Knight, has owned Connor McDavid.
Well,
and it's time that Connor McDavid started to realize Jack Eichel is coming into town and he's doing what McDavid does for Crosby. He is elevating his game. He is ready to play because he wants to prove to the world that the disparity between the two of them is not as big as everyone thinks.
Coming off an injury, I just don't think now is the time to kind of do that. I don't know. Like, you kind of got to clearly, like, again, the whole cyborg thing and him coming back sooner than he should, whatever,
well,
that's fine.
He's a sicko. Yeah.
I get it, but like, again, you're just kind of, I find you're kind of playing with fire when, as you mentioned, I understand what you mean, but maybe a game where you relax. You don't jump into the hot tub, right? Like, you just kind of you put a leg in first, and then you
take some Special K and you slowly.
I didn't want to get into that again, but I just you kind of ease yourself back, and you don't need to. Hey, premier matchup. This guy have to come up against. Oh yeah,
I would agree with you on any other player in the world except for Connor McDavid.
I'm just trying to wrap him up in bubble wrap. I don't want to
saying that he is healthy enough to come back early from an injury. Then he needs to hit the ice like he is ready to come back from that injury, and he missed 3 games. It's not, once again, it's not like a guy who's been on the shelf for a month where you're kind of like, oh, well, he's got to get back into his game time reactions. Like, missing 3 games, you should still be able to operate at a high efficiency on the ice.
But
he didn't, and he is not elevating. And like, it's not because he can't.
No, but maybe now is not the time, I guess.
Now's the time, right? Now's the time.
You'd like to tell that to fans in attendance, I think.
Yeah.
And that's an overall picture, I think, in saying. 6:30, maybe we'll hit a sports update and come back with the post game. Is that okay, Maddie? We had a little Ryan Nugent Hopkins. Of course, he took the penalty, which led to the power play goal, which led to the unraveling, which led to the loss and all that things. So we'll have Nuge post game coming up next. We'll continue on with the talk. I know a lot of you are fired up, and we'll probably lead into that as well, given last night's events down at Rogers Place. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielson. Matthew Iwanek on the other side. This is the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Noah Hannafin scored the game winner with 49 seconds left as the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 4-2 last night. Kulak and Hyman, they were the goal scorers for the Oil. Next up, Edmonton's in Vancouver on Saturday. Elsewhere, the Capitals beat the Preds 3-2, while the Red Wings, they knocked off the Blackhawks 4-1. Over in the NBA, the Raptors fell to the Kings 122-107 around the league. The Warriors went to the Boston and got past the Celtics 118-112, while the Grizzlies beat the Lakers, and the Thunder fell to the Nuggets 124-122. And tonight, Thursday Night Football has the AFC North battle with the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, and Joe Burrow. Join Lieutenant Eric at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for the action and a chance to win on the scoreboard starting at 6:15. This sports update brought to you by Nisku Glass. Whether you're looking for replacement glass or trying to upgrade your space, Nisku Glass is here to help. With high-efficiency windows and modern glass designs, Nisku Glass won't just meet your glass needs, they'll shatter them. Check out their Instagram or call them at 780-955-7989 and see what Nisku Glass can do for you. Up next, we continue on The Nielson Show. I'm Matt Iwanek. You're up to date.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
.634, this is the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart and TuneIn radio apps and on YouTube. If you are watching along on YouTube, well, if you aren't today, this is the day you want to be. We'll be having some, we're waxing our noses in the third hour, and Bruce Boudreau is making an appearance in the middle of the second hour. So a great day to watch if you don't usually consume it that way. But if you are this morning, pound the thumbs up button, hit the like. We are close to changing 100, and our pursuit of 10.5K subscribers does continue. So sub to the channel. You'll be up to date. Anything and everything going on Edmonton Sports Talk wise. We are presented by South Fort Chevrolet. Check them out today, www.southfortchev.com out in Fort Saskatchewan. Pretty nice day. Nice morning, as we said, too. 4 degrees out there right now. 9 for a high, 11 for a high tomorrow, Friday, heading into the weekend. So the temperature, I saw a couple of bugs flying around yesterday. I won't lie.
That's upsetting.
Like a little moth, like not a big moth, but one of those small ones. A couple flies. I saw a wasp, I think, trying to find some sort of shell, like drunk. Like what's going on? You know, kind of bouncing into things and Yeah, it is very upsetting. Yeah. I mean, usually around this time, I mean, we're approaching Remembrance Day, of course, on
Usually
Monday.
there's been a hard enough of a frost that it has.
It's
killed everything off.
You're right.
And we have not had that yet.
Yeah. I was doing some gardening, and some of the plants are still kind of sprouting.
We didn't have it last year until about January, but yeah.
I'm not concerned. It's all fine. The morning after show continues here. Again, we'll be breaking down the Oilers' loss to the Golden Knights with a little post game. This is Ryan Nugent-Hopkins last night following the Oilers' 4-2 loss to the Golden Knights.
Lead obviously going to the third period. Close game, but what were a couple details that prevented you guys from putting it away today?
I mean, I think just my penalty, obviously. They capitalized, and then I don't know about the third one. I thought it was a quick play. I don't know. I haven't really taken a second look at it yet, but played a good game. It's frustrating to not come out with at least a point there.
Ryan, you don't take that many penalties. You seem obviously disappointed by that one. What kind of happened there?
I mean, it's. I don't want to get into it too much. I mean, he makes a call. I feel like I'm trying to just make a play on it. Obviously, from his angle, it's a penalty, and he calls it. Tough time to take it. It's as a killer, especially the way it's kind of gone so far for us. It's. I mean, it's not fun being in that penalty box, especially at that time. We've worked so hard the rest of the game. So obviously, would like to have that one back.
You're grinding for offense as a group. Ryan, does it feel like the margin for error is just really slim the way it's been going now?
Yeah, we've tonight a great example. I mean, we just work, and it takes a lot to put them in right now. I think we're still creating lots of chances. We're bearing down when we have a chance, but I mean, we faced some goalies who were playing well against us, and I think sometimes you just need to continue and put your head down and get a bounce here or there. I think when you get those bounces, it's because of your work ethic, and obviously we're not going to stop.
But for you, Ryan, like you're trying to find it this year, obviously. How have you felt about your game and kind of your I don't know, the effort you're making to try and get back on the right side of it?
I mean, I feel like I'm still creating stuff and getting my looks. It's not going in. But I mean, this is not the first time I've gone through something like this. I mean, you play a long time in this league. You go through tough stretches. There's a lot of hockey left in the season for us as collectively and individually. So I know I'm going to put my head down and keep working, and expect the same from this group for sure.
Right. I know it wasn't the result you wanted, but just having McDavid back.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's our leader, the best player in the game, so makes a big difference for us.
You mentioned you think you're getting a lot of chances still. I just wondered about your line with you and Henrik and Brown tonight. You thought being on a new line and how that went?
I think first time playing together for the most part. I thought we played well. We created some stuff. Obviously got that one. Didn't give up too many chances. I think we can probably, because me and Rico both, are used to. Well, I've been more wing actually than him, so we can talk a little bit and get used to that. Just coming back in the D zone and stuff like that. But I think overall, I think we connected well, and we definitely just have a simple mindset of just getting it in there and trying to go to work from there.
There you have it. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins speaking post-game last night. Oilers 4-2, losing it late to the Golden Knights. Golden Knights' first road win of the season as well, at the expense of the Oilers. Library Pat chimes in, and you can as well, 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox, or on the YouTube Nasty Chat. A lot of you getting your points across. Library Pat says, yeah, that was a penalty. Sorry, Nuge. You can't blame the ref there. And somebody else as well, Troll, I like Skinner, but he has to stop that second goal on the PK. They're just skimming across
Second
the ice like a
goal
stone. Like, you got to kind of,
that
again.
was a stinker. Yep.
Yeah, and I find myself again, and we are now in no man's land as well, where you're not blaming. Like, again, the team isn't producing offensively. Like, they're near the bottom. They're near the basement. They're in the final fourth third of goals and all this offense. And again, you assume that that's going to pick up and come eventually. Not ideal that it's not, but whatever. But when you are operating offensively like that, you do need your good goalie to play greater. And again, I'm not laying the fault to Skinner, but he has these good games for like 56 minutes. But then there's the odd one in a tight game where you're like, man.
It doesn't matter who the goaltender is. You always cheer for them to make the better save than they are capable of.
Sure.
It's just not how this team is built.
Yeah.
Right? This is not a goalie out team.
Yeah.
And so to blame this team's problems on the goaltender, that's like, it's not addressing your problems. This is a center ice built hockey club. And right now your center icemen are not playing well. Right. And so it's way easier for you to eliminate goals against if you just keep the puck.
Yeah. And we've said they're a team that you outscore. It's supposed to be high octane. Walking Gage in the nasty chat, you guys blaming the goalies? I didn't say that.
No.
I didn't say
No.
I'm just saying in these instances to somebody, if you're just passing by and you see it, this team should be scoring more. And if Skinner does let the odd one in that you say, oh, okay, it's weak goal, it's not as amplified as such as they are being right now. That's just kind of the case. So I don't blame them at all. But yeah, I mean, and again, we can go to the defense. You Ekholm, a lot of people Bouchard. I mean, there are a lot of things other than Skinner. I'm just saying it's a bit unfair to him in these instances where people are like, oh, should have had that one. Like, I'm going back to the text from Troll here saying, I like Skinner, but he has to stop that second goal. Yeah, maybe he does, but in an ideal world where everything is right, it doesn't matter if he stops that second one.
Yeah, when a team as a whole is playing as uninspired hockey as the Oilers are, I find it difficult to be specific about any individual player. In that, like, it's hard to go around that lineup last night and go, that guy gets to walk away with his head held high. He showed up. So when Skinner is amongst 18 other skaters that did not deliver when their team needed them to deliver, it's hard to. It's the goaltending. It's the nature of the position.
Yeah,
you are going to be.
It's like a quarterback.
You're going to be way more. You're going to face way more criticism. Yeah. But the roots of the Oilers' problem right now is not their goaltending alone.
And you're going so far as to say it's not even one individual alone.
No.
Goaltending aside.
No.
It's so, again, and I hear what you mean there.
Go through the lineup, and outside of Brett Kulak, tell me an Oiler that is delivering above expectation or even meeting it.
Yeah, and that's why I think we can go around. And again, there are people, not me, Joaquin. This text, unsigned, but they do say Jesus at the end. Skinner played well in net. You said 3 question marks. Wow, 2 words, 5-hole. Jesus.
Who said he's played well? Did any of us say he played well?
I just think in these games, again, he's playing to a standard. He's not stinking the joint up.
Yes, exactly.
But again, it's these moments, and then this is the over, what you said he played good?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't play bad, but he didn't play great.
Yeah,
but he did enough for them in this version of the Oilers for them to win.
Yeah, like one of my favorite baseball stats is wins above replacement, because it basically identifies what the average is and whether or not you're above it or below it.
Sure.
And so I would say right now, everyone on this lineup is slightly below average, which isn't to say that they don't deserve to be NHL players. It just means that no one is playing at a game worthy of winning hockey games.
Yeah.
Outside of Brett Kulak. Who, what a tip.
Well, hey, great tip.
Like,
just the tip.
What is he doing other than trying to do what he can?
And a hell of a shot from Darren Ehlers.
Well, hey, considering a guy who has definitely been below replacement, it was a nice spotting.
Tube Socks asked, I'm not sure why they don't just implement the same system they had success with last season.
Yeah.
That's a fair question.
Yeah. Because it was so less about system and so much about, and this is an overused term, but vibe, right? That this is, I keep saying it, this is a hot redhead squad, man. Like, this is not the girlfriend that's going to have dinner waiting for you at home. It's just going to be a hot mess. And right now it's no fun trying to analyze what's wrong with the Oilers, because you can analyze X's and O's, and this just is not an X's an O's team.
Yeah, and that's why it's frustrating doing a show like this, trying to break things down.
Yeah.
Again, all you can say is that V word, and that's pretty much it. It was what was the vibe check? Maybe we just do that. Maybe we have a scale, vibe check, and if you're below a certain point, you know what's going to happen. If you're above it, it's
is Connor McDavid
gravy.
who he is because of incredible coaching, or is he who he is because he's just a phenomenal once-in-a-generation talent? That is the frustrating part about talent, is it's so hard to define.
And Chad says as well, special teams carried them last year, but that does lead into the vibe as well, right? I mean, the penalty kill was a bit of a vibe as well, and we talk about how they're playing and such. Walking Gage back in. Skinner lost the goalie battle with Hill last night.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. But he wasn't, we're not blaming him, though, but he lost the battle. That two things can exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hill did not allow the game-winning goal.
But again, he did make some saves as well in the moment, too, that were a little more miraculous, shall we say.
Like there was
a little more
5
highlight
minutes
reel-esque.
to go, and he showed up, and unfortunately for Skinner, with less than a minute remaining, he got into a situation where it's a 50-50 shot as far as can he make that save.
Yeah.
And this right now is a 50-50 team that is flipping heads every time.
Mark Stone missing an empty net as well in the power play midway through as well, which could have changed the... I mean, I'm just saying there. Corey Perry, Kootenai Time Tim says, Corey Perry has played as expected or better to start the season, in my opinion. There's another one you can add to the list.
As a fourth-line winger, you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
He is at replacement level, right? Like,
here's a tough task. Troll says, name who has been the Oilers' best or most consistent player this season. Well, I think we've named maybe a couple, if there's anybody else out there. I mean, Leon did take up a bit of a torch while McDavid was out. He was collecting points in bunches there over the last while.
He had 2
season
incredible
as a whole.
games.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
it's not a consistent.
All you have to do is
just
look at the league scoring race. And if Draisaitl and McDavid are not in the top 5, you know that the Oilers are not playing well, and they're not playing well because Draisaitl and McDavid are not in the top 5 of scoring. That's how this team is constructed. Those guys need to be getting their points, and they are not getting their points right now.
780-218-9999 if you want to take part. Once again, morning after show leading into right now, fired up. And look, I think a lot of you are fired up following last night. Gemco Fireplaces, proudly serving Edmonton, an area for 45 years. They're the authorized dealer for Napoleon Fireplaces, whether it's gas or wood burning. Look no further than Canadian-made Napoleon Fireplaces. All the Napoleon products you need are available at Gemco, 9281 50th Street. The Oilers are now head out on the road for a Saturday night matchup in Vancouver against the Canucks, another Pacific Division showdown. They are back home to host the Islanders Tuesday. They'll host the Barry Trotz's Nashville Predators on Thursday.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Well, hey, yeah, they're kind of rubbing your hands for that one. Then they embark on an Eastern trip in Toronto the following Saturday, Montreal the Monday, and Ottawa Tuesday. They'll return home to host the Wild and the Rangers to kind of round out the month of November there. But yeah, I mean, look, it's a Pacific Division game as well, which hurts even more. You're back on the ice in Vancouver Saturday night. It doesn't get any easier, and somebody brought up in the nasty chat too, and I just want to make sure this is correct here, but 3 points above San Jose, I do believe. 3 points up on the Sharks, 3 points up on the Ducks, 2 points up on the Kraken. That's good for 5th in the Pacific through 14 played. I mean, it's not like a last year's start, but far from ideal still. And I think that should fire up a lot of people. I know the whole thing, and it fires me up where people are going to these games, and I love you, the fan. I don't, honest confession here, I cheer for you more than I don't need to cheer for the team. You're out there cheering for the team. You're supporting the team with your money and your time and all that. But I like the fan. I cheer for you, the fan. And it fires me up when we're sitting here every morning or every second morning and saying, oh, yeah, they'll be fine. I don't... Then do you get a slight refund?
Yeah.
Because you've assembled a team with the best player on the planet,
right?
Arguably the second best player on the planet, and the rest who, again, are good on their nights. We saw them get to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, save a few of them and a few added from the offseason. But it fires me up that it's just this passe type of attitude, and they'll get it together, and when they do, it'll be great, and maybe they will, and maybe that's fine, and maybe that's what you out there want. But to drive in from a Red Deer with a family of 4, or whatever the example is, kid's first game. We can only get to one a year.
Right.
Why go before Christmas if this is the case? Why if the vibes aren't high until it gets to serious time?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? And again, you can't win every game. I understand that. There's going to be bad nights. There's going to be off nights. There's going to be nights when injury rears its ugly head. But it fires me up when this ticket is so expensive and we go over the food, we go over the drink, and rightly so for OEG to charge with it. I mean, you do have the best player. You do have all this stuff.
Yeah.
But man, oh man, some nights, and not saying last night was maybe a bad effort. They played a good game against a good team.
Yeah.
A real good team, which didn't end up cutting it in the end. But you kind of go back to Monday. You go back to a certain few nights here where it's just like, why? Right? You get what I'm saying here. It fires me up, and it fires me up from the fans' point of view.
I appreciate that your empathy is so turned up that you're probably more upset about this than the person who paid for the ticket.
Yes. And that's maybe what fires me up in the end.
Right. It is the insanity of professional sports fandom, right? Because I think it's just as crazy to pay that money to see a team underachieve as it is for a fan base like Winnipeg to not pay the money to see a team do what they're doing.
And a great counter to
right?
it all. Yeah, yeah.
Like it's all insane, right? There is no rhyme or reason. It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't make sense in so many different ways, right? If you're a Jets fan right now and you are not fighting tooth and nail to see this team live, I don't know what you're waiting for, right? And it is the absolute inverse of being an Oiler fan right now.
And I get this whole Bomber success story thing out in Winnipeg too, but are you telling me a city of that and a city and surrounding area? I'm sure it's not just people in Winnipeg and such. But can we only just support one? Is that what it is? And we've seen it in this market too. When the Elks played their final game, and again, money's hard. I get all that, and I'm not trying to come down on anybody. I feel bad for the paying. Well, I guess we call them customer these days. To go and do what you do and support how you support and bleed what you bleed. And then for us to come in the morning and just say, oh yeah, don't worry about it.
No, I think
but you know what I'm saying.
I think what you're right that
and we have to say that. There's nothing else to say.
That it is dismissive of us to not continue to remember that this is a team, a multi-billion-dollar team that is funded by a ticket-buying public that deserves better than the effort that they are seeing right now. But it's also the counterpoint to that is it's the same effort that they've seen pretty much consistently for 5 years now.
Oh yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So why would you even it's
and so at that point, if you've got the friend who keeps going back to the bad boyfriend or girlfriend, and you've warned them. You've had the talk. You and the friends have sat down at the kitchen table with tea and tried to have the intervention. You've gone out for the beers at the bar. You've expressed everything that needs to be expressed, and they still go back. At a certain point, you got to say, you're going to love who you love.
Let them go.
Yeah. You're going to love who you love.
780-218-9999 is the number to text Paris Jewelers inbox or in the Nast Jet. If you agree, fine. If you don't, fine. That's fine. I'm just kind of fires me up a bit for you. For you.
That's Lieutenant Eric. He cares too much.
Brett Gitzel says until the team scores more goals, there'll be plenty to complain about on defense. Can't score 2 goals and win many games. Yes, and that's what that's the DNA here. That's what we're talking about. I think I saw they're 6-0 when they score 3 or more goals. Yeah, well, I mean,
most teams are defense-first teams. We've been indoctrinated through the early 2000s until now. Mm-hmm. Even though the game has become more offensive, we still all kind of have it beaten into us. Barry Trotz, for example, beat it into us. There was a group of coaches over the last 30 years who beat the idea of defense first, defense to create the offense. And the Oilers are, for all their frustration, they are also that rare team that is an offense-first team. Yeah. And so until that offense shows up, they're not going to fix many of their problems.
Just went to check out Winnipeg's seat availability tonight and saying that it's not so low with the game against the Avs tonight. This comes in from Kootenay Time.
Yeah.
Tim, many seats still available.
Yeah.
Not even close to sold out.
Literally
That
a team that has eliminated your squad from the playoffs.
And last I checked, the Bombers do not play Saturday. That's the game. Yeah, one a week. So I just, that whole excuse too is bizarre to me. Yeah. I just don't know why you can't. One plays on albeit in Saturday in Winnipeg, the Stars are visiting the Jets that afternoon prior to the football game.
Yeah.
A little green and blue on both fronts, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Big afternoon in Winnipeg. I know Huss was excited about that.
Not everyone can afford.
No, I get it. The affordability, I'm not going to.
Not everyone can afford an NHL team in their market. And so, I don't know. Winnipeg fan has to ask the question, and this is not to insult them, but they need to ask the question, are we an NHL town? Right? Like, they have the owner. They have the arena. They have the team.
They have the management.
They have the management. Like, there is no excuse for why you would stay away other than we can't afford this. And that is a very real reason to not have it. But if that's the case, then you can't afford this.
You can't just have a team when you. Well, we don't mind one this weekend. Actually, this weekend we can make it work. Let's. But it is you have to kind of
and that's. But then you kind of have to close the book on it. You kind of then have to move on, right? You kind of have to say, maybe this just isn't for us. Like, it's really expensive. It takes up a lot of time. We have other interests. We have other things to spend our money on.
Yeah.
Like, there's a million great cities in the world out there that don't have a hockey team.
Yeah.
Or an NHL team, I should say.
Yeah.
So, but if you're not showing up for this Winnipeg,
well, and Colorado tonight. I mean, those are two. Those are your divisional.
Up, you should not show up for a bad organization, right? You should. Well, you shouldn't just show up because you want to maintain your team.
You can use your wallet as a bit of a protesting form of,
Absolutely.
that's your tool. That's the one you have.
You got a bad owner, you got bad management, you got, you
sit on that puppy.
You have a stadium that is 800 years old and no one's put any sort of investment into it. There's a lot of good reasons to vote with your feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't see what the reason would be in Winnipeg other than you just can't afford it.
Well, again, and the football excuse to me is you can shove that in the drawer. I'm not buying it. Yeah. Tube Suck says I brush off their lack of game-winning vibes, but then again, I know that I will never be able to afford to buy a ticket, so that really doesn't affect me. So it's you kind of living rooted in reality there. Tube Socks. Dave in Section T, LTE, you have nailed it, and it's precisely why I don't pay attention to the Oilers except when it is always talked about until after college football championships. How about those Longhorns?
Yeah,
and maybe that's just how it. And again, there's nothing wrong with that either. There's
a bit of a CFL vibe, right?
A Labor Day thing.
Wake me up at Labor Day, man.
Wins the turn.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's American Thanksgiving. I always jokingly refer to that, and a lot of people do, of who are you at that point?
Sure.
But you don't even have to be somebody at that point. It can be post-Christmas.
As the Oilers have proved.
Exactly.
Right?
Like this team will win 14 in a row this year. Mark it down. How would you go against it? Is anybody going against that? No. Right. I mean, so who cares?
You get odds, but
3 points up on the Sharks, big deal.
Yeah.
Think the Sharks are pulling one of those off? Kings will fall back down to earth.
Yeah.
Canucks are whatever. Flames are frauds.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they're placeholders. They're keeping the spots warm for Edmonton when they decide to show up and elevate themselves up there.
Yeah, and not only that, but the team that beat them last night showed you that you can have off years. When you are a really good squad, like with really good talent, you can have off years. Vegas squeaked into the playoffs last year. Did they go far? Nope. Didn't deserve to.
Sure.
Hadn't earned it. And we may be saying the same thing come this spring in this town. But even
the Panthers last year. I mean,
even like, but then you can like the structure is in place for this team to get over this. I don't know when they will. That's the frustrating part.
This, what do you call them? The Russian doll? Where you I think this is a good...
Russian nesting doll.
Brandon Not Manning says, but that's just the problem with them being an offense-first team. If they don't play defense, they're constantly stuck in their zone. How are they supposed to play any offense?
Yeah. Right. Listen.
So what's the...
But that's also part of... You're a hockey fan who has been taught how to think about hockey. And we have all been taught, you got to start with defense. And it's the right answer 99% of the time. The Oilers are that rare exception.
Matt Hyman in the Nasty Chat. Winnipeg needs more corporate support. They have one of the lowest corporate seat percentages in the NHL. It does make a difference. Yes, that's a good point. They kind of shot themselves in the foot when they limited tickets.
But this is kind of what we're talking about. Maybe the corporate support just isn't there.
Yeah, he's insinuating that they just haven't chosen to. Right, you're right. You're just saying that it's just like the existence of it.
Like you're saying they need corporate support. I'm saying maybe the corporate isn't there to support it.
Ominous 0111 says Skinner needs to go. Jeff or Stewart, be more specific.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
Which
two
one?
of them on the team now, so
Both
we
of
like
them.
a little specificity there. Boys, that's fired up for Jemko Fire. I forgot to ask. I mean, is there anything you're fired up with, Matty? Will, we kind of went in back and forth, but Matt, do you have anything you'd like to get off your chest in terms of you're fired up? And you don't have to. I just thought
This Matthew Wanick, he never loses his temper. He never gets fired up.
The fact that on Tuesday and Wednesday nights, I can't watch college football on TSN without TSN Plus. Put it on the main network, you cowards. Put it on the main network.
Give this man some action. You need a little Tuesday night
What
action.
is this?
CUSA.
I couldn't find young boys anywhere last night. It was really upsetting.
The Nielson Show continues on. The second hour is upon us here, presented by Southford Chevrolet. Check them out today, www.southfordchev.com. Boy, oh boy, you're just...
Young boys! Young boys!
It's the UEFA Champions League is what he's talking about. Please. That's fired up from
Swiss
Gemco
team?
Fireplaces. What? Yeah, Bern.
Swiss.
Young boys
Yeah,
of
no,
Bern.
I'm trying to remember where they're
for the
from.
young boys.
Shut up. This is not going anywhere good. Gemco Fireplaces. Check them out today, 9281 50th Street. That is fired up. Hour number 2 on the way. We will have a keyword here coming up. Once again, if you were paying attention earlier on in the opening hour, you'll know the menus changed a bit. Bruce Boudreau, our guest of the day, he'll be by 7:30ish today. But coming up after the top of the hour, we will have your keyword for the EST Flyway to LA. So be by your phones. Matthew, I'm just going to hit a sports update first. The EST Flyway to LA keyword coming up next. Cool But Canada Hotline of the Day. Bruce Boudreau and the Fan Zone all on the way in hour number 2. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser, and for Dustin Nielsen and Matt Iwanek. This is the Nielsen Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Noah Hannaford scored the game winner with just 49 seconds left in the game as the Golden Knights, they beat the Oilers 4-2 last night. Kulak and Hyman, they were the goal scorers for the Oil. Next up for Edmonton, they're in Vancouver on Saturday. Elsewhere, the Caps beat the Preds 3-2, while the Red Wings, they knocked off the Blackhawks 4-1. The Raptors fell to the Kings 122-107. Elsewhere around the NBA, the Warriors went to Boston, got past the Celtics 118-112. The Grizzlies defeated the Lakers, and the Thunder fell to the Nuggets 124-122. And Thursday Night Football tonight has the AFC North battle with the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson hosting the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. You can join Lieutenant Eric at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for the action and a chance to win on the scoreboard starting at 6:15. This EST Sports Update, it's brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental and consulting services, whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential. Plan it right with Green Plan. Visit green-plan.com or give them a call at 780-455-4292. Up next, we continue on The Nielsen Show with Lieutenant Eric and Wil Fraser. I'm Matt Iwanek. You're up to date.
The Nielsen Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, 7:04, hour 2 of the Nielsen Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Of course, you can listen to us on the website, streaming 24/7, iHeartRadio and the TuneIn app, and of course on YouTube. We are approaching changing 100. If we're smack dab on the nose, Maddie.
Nailed it. How about how about the courage of Matthew Iwanek?
Please?
Yeah, well, put the game on, you cowards.
Well, look, he's called. Well, we don't work at the mothership anymore, so now you can kind of really come at them with the knives out.
You are.
Maybe I wouldn't have used cowards to the whole place, but I would have called them all for that.
Yeah.
But a little
I
more.
still would have called them. I don't know if I would have
dressed
went
up a
fully
little
with
more,
cowards. Maybe I would have.
I like this. I think you should call any decision you don't like cowardice. Yeah.
The C word.
Yeah.
You dropped it.
It was a business decision. It was a cowardice decision.
Cowardice.
That's what it was.
No, it's just that we're saving money on the thing. No, you
Cowards.
Well, if you're not cowardly,
Grow a
I
pair.
can't call you a coward.
Grow a pair, yeah. I like grow a pair. Yeah.
I like aggro Matthew Owanek. Yeah. Watches a lot of Andrew Tate. Just comes in. Yeah.
That's enough. Between the young boys, we're not okay. We gotta get.
Somebody's tired of being
You guys
called
on
in.
the TRT yet? No. Should I be? Everyone should be.
The Nielson Show is presented by South Fort Chevrolet. Drive a little, save a lot. Go see Daniel and the family-friendly team today. Tell them EST sent you. You'll get an additional $1,000 credit on your trade-in vehicle. www.southfortchev.com. It is Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser still in for Dustin Nielson. I think he's been elevated back to the day-to-day, so we'll hope to see him soon. Matthew Iwanek producing the show, doing a bang-up job today as well behind the monitors. We are coming to you live as well from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. And right now, as we've been mentioning, they're bringing it back. They're bringing it back. It's the big box. The two-piece signature chicken.
We're
two
bringing
regular
it back.
We're bringing it back. Two regular sides. Might I suggest the mac and cheese and the mashed potatoes with gravy. You get a biscuit as well and the option of a drink. Great
Man
meal
loves
there.
his carbs.
I told you what I got in Lloyd at the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Just the mac and cheese side, just the potatoes with the gravy and the spices they put on that gravy.
That's good.
It was good. And the chicken snack sandwich. But don't mind the old two-piece as well. Signature chicken. You get a regular or you can kick it up a notch with the spice. You like the spice.
Absolutely.
Love the spice. So check them out today as well. Paris Jewelers inbox is bumping 780-218-9999, and it's going to bump a lot harder here in a matter of minutes as we will give you the keyword, I guess. Well, now, not in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, do it now.
Let's do it now. Live. It is the EST Flyaway to LA presented by the 780.
Come on, Matthew.
Come
on, Matthew.
Don't be a coward.
Come
Get the
on.
word up. Come on.
The only reason it's not up there already is because he's a coward.
I wonder what the word is today, hey?
Coward.
He looks quite relaxed.
Wouldn't it be great if it was coward?
Oh, boy.
But do you not have the keyword in front of you? There's sheets over there.
Well, dude, we don't do show prep.
Whomever has been in that spot is usually doing the work. 'Cause they
Yeah,
put
the
it up on
host always grabs it. The sheet's over there.
Oh,
next
I
to the
haven't been
host.
doing that at all.
Once again, he's pluralizing the word. I love it.
Should I get up right now during the show and waddle
Well,
my
I would
It's
think
not- it's not-
beforehand you would take a look at what your keyword is.
No, not at all. I like the surprise. We both like the surprise. The
You two
producer
are
usually
cowards
provides
for
the-
not knowing your words.
You don't look. Can we go back to yesterday's word, relaxed?
Duh. Yeah.
Why not just relax?
No, this is part 2. Today's word is part 2.
But
If you thought it should have been relax instead of relaxed, today's word is going to be right up your alley.
I love you. You're a good friend. You're a coworker.
It's called Chat GPT.
What?
Some of these keywords come from Chat GPT.
His
It's
only
copy
friend.
and
It's
paste.
his only friend these days. Oh, ChatGPT.
Now,
You're
do
the
you
only
want
one
to
who
know
understands me.
next keyword? You could do them all.
Oh, this is what it is. Oh, now he's pouting.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Go for it. Actually, can we do that?
Next one, I will put that on you.
Oh, baby.
It's coward. I guarantee you it will be coward next one.
Oh, I got a lot of words.
Yeah.
Burn.
Except
BERN.
Except it would be cowardly. Yeah.
Okay, well, so we're not gonna.
No, it's up there.
I'm waiting for you to say the
got it,
word
okay. Well, why you
before I
said you
put it
didn't have
on.
it?
Yeah.
Of course I have it. I'm just like, why don't you
People
know
are
what it
waiting
is?
by their phones, ready to text. Give it to them.
He does this in the hangout there every day, don't you, Matty? They beg for their supper in the hangout.
I've
don't
done
they?
one time they
likes
tried
to make them
messing
wait.
with me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they threw it, like they created their own keyword to text it in. So I delayed my keyword for even longer.
What was that moist? That was the moist
Yeah.
or whatever? Yeah, it's still tossed around there.
Yeah.
Those sick puppies, hey? And the nasty.
good.
That's what it's called, the nasty chat.
That's Matthew one. That's
There.
that condo life, man. Like,
So the word is up on our preview screen. I'm looking at it right now. Again, adding on a
Yeah.
What do you call those at the end? The eds, the I, the ing. Like there's a root word.
is it an adjective?
Yeah, but the root word you could just use the root word, right? Like,
Yeah.
But this is the EST Flyaway to LA once again presented by the 780. Check them out today online. The word 780.com. Homegrown local shop right here in the city. Both the shop name and their in-house clothing brand, celebrating all things unique to Edmonton. They also work with close to 100 local vendors.
Nice.
So you're shopping local, and I profess, again, with Christmas season approaching, stop in at one of the 5 locations, Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, or the Outlet Mall by the airport. If you don't know what to get somebody, you're debating, you don't have a clear route as to a gift, I guarantee you go into the 780, you will find something you didn't even know perhaps existed and locally produced and made. So check them out today once again. Southgate, Londonderry, Kingsway, St. Albert, or the Outlet Mall by the airport, 780.com. The EST Flyway to LA, just again, going over the specifics. Warriors at Clippers in the Intuit Dome.
Get into it.
Cardinals, Rams at SoFi Stadium, and Edmonton taking on one of LA or Anaheim in hockey action. The trip is December 26th to 30. Great time of the year to go on a trip. Everybody's off. Nobody cares. That's the time to do it. Flights, hotel, and rental car also included. You can qualify 4 times daily and on Saturdays with Hello Hockey.
Somebody actually almost got this before us knowing the word.
Where in the Paris?
Yes.
They're just guessing now.
Somebody nailed it, except they didn't have the ing.
Exactly. This is why it happens.
But they should have been listening, because if they had the ing, they would have actually been the first one to get it. And don't worry to anyone that's on. Somebody says the cliffhanger on iHeart is real. The word's not up. I'm not, because of you audio listeners. That's why I'm waiting for the boys to say the word. But somebody nailed it.
Morinville Steps says the word we're looking for is suffix. I guess that's what we're.
A suffix.
Is that what it is?
Thank
that
you.
We're kind of
okay.
yeah. Very good. I knew that. Yeah.
As with all things on the internet, I will not verify. I'll just believe.
Sure. Yeah. You got an X in there, 2 Fs? Yeah, I'm in. Okay, so the keyword, once again, text 780-218-9999. Text this word in, and Matt will be giving one of you a call. Again, be by your phone, damn it.
Just say it.
I'm waiting for you to say the word.
Or you want me to say it first?
Yeah, the audio listeners. The audio,
he doesn't want to give an advantage.
I get what you're talking about.
All of our listeners are the same. Except podcasters, I guess they don't have a chance to get in on this.
But isn't the YouTube on a bit of a delay? So actually, we're giving the audio listeners more of an advantage by me saying it?
No. The audio comes from the YouTube audio. So the audio still is delayed from the YouTube.
Don't overthink. Yeah, you're working.
Trying here.
Yeah.
The word today is.
Actually, I'm gonna have a fun. I'm gonna see if this works.
Now you're being a sicko
I have
about it, and I'm here for that.
I have a fun little transition. I think maybe we'll see if this goes.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know when you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you.
You're
now.
ready.
Yeah. I'm
What's
just waiting
the transition?
for you to say the word, and then when it comes across the screen.
All right. Oh, so he's gonna put it across in it,
right?
Like a star wipe.
Yeah.
It's called RGB
You guys
channels.
are as efficient as an Oilers power play right
time.
now. Am I right, people?
Bruce Boudreau, 7:30. Well, the word today is cheering.
Oh, it didn't work.
So what do you want it to do? Like race
well, there's like an RGB. Like I think it might work on this way. See? You see that green thing?
Oh, look at that transition.
I was hoping to do that with the word.
Whoa!
Yeah.
I love it. Cheering.
But it didn't work when I wanted just the word.
It's got me cheering.
Never works when you need it to. Am I right, man?
Do it again. Can you do it again? Just that.
Give me a second.
I love that.
Yeah.
Cheering, by the way.
Cheering. Cheering is the word.
There it is.
I think we need to transition every 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. For the rest of the show, Maddie.
See, but when I wanted just the word didn't work. I said, I don't know if it'll do it with the graphics.
So not cheer.
Cheering. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, it works with the graphics.
Not relax. Relaxed.
Yeah.
Not cheering.
Yeah.
Very good. I love it. I love it. You should just do that when Bruce is on. For the entirety
Are you?
of the back and forth.
Is there some truth to the Chat GPT? Like, are
for the keywords? 100%.
Yeah, like you just
100%.
Yeah. Oh, do you know how many words I need?
Yeah. This like.
What did you ask?
It makes it.
I need words related to Los Angeles.
Okay.
It makes it more understandable why these words, like, because
I need over 180 words.
No human would choose these words.
I know.
Only a bot who is, as the experts call, hallucinating would choose
I picked
these
all
words.
the players and stuff. The players,
yeah.
those were all me.
You filled it in the
Chat
gap.
GPT didn't come up with Nuge?
No, it did not.
Shocker.
Wouldn't that be something, though?
Yeah.
Hey, it is
Yeah,
learning.
yeah.
But
Boy,
yeah,
is
no,
learning.
it was one where I need over 180 words or something connected to LA, and there's only so much you can
You
do.
need
and you're
180?
And then
I
you're
don't wanna
still
do
trying
it
to
then.
connect
Yeah.
to this. But no, you're in now. You've got to do it now.
This is why they shut down KBBL. This is you let the machine do all the work.
Nah, you want to? It's yours now. I've got the
Never do
audio.
180. That's a lot.
Well,
So
that's 170 more than I'm willing to do.
I'm gonna have to outsource my to something. I don't know what.
Listen, there's an office in Mumbai somewhere. They'll take care of it for you.
For a small fee.
For a small fee. Yeah.
Cheering.
Today's word is duct, and tomorrow's word will be cleaning. Yeah.
Text cheering to 780-218-9999. Matt will be giving somebody a call. Guess we can do that now, and we'll get into the EST shop and bring somebody on before kind of cool bet. We can kind of do that. We got some time. 7:14. It's the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser once again in for Dustin Nielson and Matthew Iwanek producing the show this morning.
That blank page is just staring back. It's kind of easy trivia is one of the dumbest things in the world. You know what is more dumb? Or dumber
coming up with the questions for it.
Having writer's block for the questions.
I know. No, that's why I'm getting you to do it.
It's a new depth of patheticness. And I've reached it.
You are swimming. You are bathing in it, baby.
Deep on this one.
Want to draw your attention to the Edmonton Sports Talk, the EST pop-up shop right now. If you go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com, I'm just going to do this myself as the exercise. There I am, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. You'll see the top tab, EST Flyway. Right next to that is Shop EST. You'll want to click on that, and it'll take you to the Hive Product Marketing.com. And we appreciate everybody, Chelsea and Co. at the Hive, providing us with the wear and the garb. Welcome to the Edmonton Sports Talk merch shop. You get a message, currently taking pre-sale orders only. All items will be available to purchase until November 10th. November 10th, so that is fast approaching. Of course, that will be Sunday, so the pop-up shop online. Until then, you just click Start Shopping. If you have any questions, you can contact Matt. He's got his contact info there, as well as Chelsea's. But you start shopping. Shop Now takes you right into the shop, and then it's very easy. You go from there. The EST Adult Baseball Tee, a new feature. I think I might be picking up one of those. A couple of baseball tees as well with this pop-up shop version. The classic EST t-shirt, which is nice as well. The unisex crewneck sweatshirt, the Champion brand, which I believe, in my humble opinion, were the hot stuff. It was for me anyways. It was my favorite item that I got from the original shop. You can pick up one of those sweaters there. The Champion brand, just outstanding material. We got the EST quarter zip fleece pullover, the EST adult middleweight full zip hooded sweatshirt, and the EST midweight hooded sweatshirt in white. The EST caps, which were a big hit as well, flat brim or curved, you have an option. But the new color this year, the orange and blue, ever popular color in this market. Of course, we had the green and gold, we had the yellow and blue, but we now got the orange and blue, so you can add that to the EST cap collection. Collect them all. I certainly will be, and I think the orange and blue cap will be something that I will be putting on my list for when I make my order sometime today, Matt. I promise you I'll get that order in. We also have the trucker mesh back cap. That's new with the EST kind of secondary logo. So again, adding that to the cap collection. Trucker cap, mesh back, new logo. Gotta love it. And something for the ladies out there. Ladies V-neck t-shirt. The women's Milano quarter zip pullover. Going back to the sweatshirts, the youth range crew neck sweatshirt in the Champion, and one of those new baseball, what do you call them, a quarter sleeve, half sleeve shirt. I like those shirts. You don't see a lot of them as well. We just in common buying in terms of band shirts or whatever, but it's nice to add a couple of those baseball tees to the collection. Then we get into the Glue Crew line. This is new. Of course, Jason Milne, hashtag Glue Crew. If you do ride with him on the Reed Wilkins Show every day, 3 to 6. The Glue Crew, or in the EST drafts as well. Ever popular. He's starting his own, I guess, in wrestling terms, stable. But you got the Glue Crew baseball tee. Might be picking up one of those. You got the Glue Crew midweight hooded sweatshirt, the hoodie, or the Glue Crew youth hoodie as well. And the Glue Crew using a great logo. I'm not going to describe it to you. You have to go into the shop and see for yourself. But a great little offshoot line and brand for the Glue Crew. You got EST socks, which I think that idea sprang out from the EST Hangout. Of course, people getting to see your footwear, but also when you cross the legs, the pant leg rides up a bit, look stylish with Edmonton Sports Talk socks. And the 6 o'clocker lager beer can glass with the 6 o'clocker logo on it, and the Birdie Booze shot glass as well with the nice EST secondary logo on that. So lots to choose from. Christmas is coming, whether it's shirts, sweaters, hats, caps, something for the ladies, the Glue Crew line, socks, or something to hold your drink, either Birdie Booze or 6 o'clocker lager. Check it out right now at the EST shop. Once again, that's EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Shop EST. The links will take you right there. Very nice site to shop from. Very easy, simple. You got till the 10th. Don't sleep on this. I know we all like to annoy Maddie and come back to him on November 12th and say, hey, can I still a hat to buy? Can I still get a T-shirt? No, you have till the 10th.
You get fired up about this, hey?
Because people like to do it. But again, don't.
Yeah.
Then I go out to the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. Hey, why can't I get one of those hats? Well, you had your chance.
Yeah. So it's not so much that you want people to have this stuff so they enjoy it. You just don't want to be badgered about it.
Well, no. This is shoot your shot now. Buy it now.
Yeah, there is no chance to buy merch after November 10th for the rest of the calendar year.
Rest of the calendar year.
For sure. And I don't know when I'll be able. I don't know when I'll have stuff for sale again. So yeah, this is the one shot for a while.
My wife texted me right now, size medium, please. She says size medium and probably crew neck. Okay, she wants a crew neck, so I'll get that on the wish list. Add another thing to the wish list here. But I'm all over that Glue Crew merch. Check it out today, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. Shop EST. The tab takes you right there. We have a qualifier. Get ready to start cheering.
I'm going to cheering for that guy.
Who do we got?
Jay.
Hello, Jay.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey, guys.
Hey. Is it J-A-Y? Like, is it short for something or just J?
It's J-A-E, actually.
J-A-E.
Yes, sir.
Love it. Have you been to L.A. before?
I have not.
What are you looking forward to most in this trip? You got the football, you got the basketball at the Intuit Dome, then you got the hockey.
Yeah, it's hockey for me.
It is, eh? Have you seen the Oilers on the road in the past anywhere?
No.
Never on the road. Okay.
Well, is there something else you'd like to ask to JAE this morning in terms of the trip?
Have you ever been to a live NFL game?
I have not.
Oh, that would be special. Is that the one you're looking forward to the most?
Well,
it's hockey for me, but the NFL would be cool.
What? We should finish this up. Have you ever been to a live NBA game?
No.
So this would be quite the experience for you. Have you ever had a rental car?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay, so that
all right.
That'll be old hat.
Yeah. So you're experienced then. I see.
Yeah, I have traveled before, just not apparently for NFL or NBA games.
Yeah.
Jay, you're in the mix, man. Good luck. Once again, you can keep qualifying if you want, so keep trying. But you're in the mix, man. The EST flyaway to LA. Good luck, Jay, and congrats on qualifying.
Nice, thanks, boys.
Thank you. EST flyaway to LA, presented by the 780. Contest runs through October 1 through November 28th. Grand prize draw will be November 29. Here on EST. So time's ticking. Look, it's like the NFL season, right? It starts, correct. You're like, oh, we got tons of time. Now it's week 8, it's week 7, it's week 10. Almost in the playoffs here. November 29th will make the draw. Qualify up to November 28th. The EST Flyway to LA brought to you by the 780.
Oh, here it comes.
Let's move the cream we need to wax our noses in the third hour of the show today. It is the wheel. We will be spinning the wheel. The wheel is just. The wheel is mighty. The wheel is never wrong. For an anytime touchdown score tonight.
It's not always right, though.
Well, but
you're right. It is never wrong.
Thank you. Yeah, it's got a pretty good percentage.
Yeah.
Just say
it's. I mean, for legal reasons, we can't say.
In the fine print.
Yeah.
Yes. It is the Coolbet Canada hotline of the day, and it is a Thursday nighter, so we're kind of juicing this puppy up. We got the wheel. Mr. Lean will probably have a say. It's a very close game to his heart tonight with the Ravens hosting the Bengals. Should be a banger. You can join me at the Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge as well. We'll give you a chance right now. Text in. Pick 'em. You think the Bengals win tonight? Text Bengals. You think the Ravens will win tonight? Text Ravens, 780-218-9999. If you do text in the correct team, your name will go into a hat tomorrow. We'll pick somebody at random, and you will get $20 to the Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge. So once again, text in Bengals or Ravens. Who do you think will win? 780-218-9999. Just taking a quick look at the money line, minus 256 for the Ravens tonight. They are 6-point favorites. Bengals come into this one plus 6, and an over-under of 52.5. We might have a little lean from, is that cool? We'll spin the wheel first, though, for an anytime touchdown score tonight. And Will, you and I were talking, it's a fat wheel tonight. It's pretty flush. Like, this is a pretty, in terms of, like, picking an anytime touchdown score, these are two.
One of these teams, like, scores them in bunches. So
you got Derrick Henry, you got Jamar Chase, you got a lot of, you got so pick your poison. This is it. Let's, boys, if you want to join me, spin that wheel. I'll say spin that wheel. So 1, 2, 3.
Spin that wheel.
Here it goes.
Nice spin.
Not bad, eh? Nelson Aguilar. Nelson Aguilar, plus 400. Not the...
Didn't the Oilers just trade for him from Philadelphia?
Ronnie Addard.
Oh,
you're thinking of Ronnie Addard.
I get my Aguilars and my Addard mixed up. That's my problem.
Plus 400 tonight, so he's your anytime touchdown scorer for Cool Bet. Ride with us. Hopefully it's a no sweater for him. And Mr. Lean, where are you leaning tonight? Maybe you're going somewhere else. I didn't want to just set up this game for you at all. Maybe you're looking at the NHL slate or otherwise. But what do you got for us tonight?
Yeah, I was looking. I'm just still looking.
Europa League, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't. Should I go looking?
Young boys.
That's
What's going on? Yeah, this is we're like United's good enough for Europa League right now. What do we have? Why can't I find other soccer? I'm getting there. Europa League action.
Nelson. I can never say his name properly. It's one of those names that I have trouble with. Aguilar.
Oof.
Plus
United
400.
big favorites. Take the draw at plus 562. They'll blow it somehow. No, that is not my cool bet line of the day. If I stick with the Thursday nighter, there's nothing really.
No.
That I wanted to go to.
3 games in the NBA.
Derrick Henry over 90.5 rushing yards, minus 110. His anytime touchdowns minus 333.
Yeah, man. Like
there's no value on Derrick Henry scoring 8 touchdowns.
Yeah, he's sick.
You never see that. So him getting over 100. Last time these two teams met, he was a beast throughout that game. There was some of that receiving, but they'll be giving him the ball. Derrick Henry rushing minus 110. That'd be your cool bet hotline of the day.
The Nasty Chat is bumping with the Europa League talk. Freddie Papernick says, I'll get in some Europa League. Redbeard. Scott Laurie says, Rangers v. Olympiacos. Maybe a glance there, but you can do it all up at Cool Bet, correct?
Yeah, it's all there. Yep. They have some Galatasaray. I always forget them wrong. Galatasaray there, and then Tottenham.
Aguilar.
Tottenham heading to Turkey.
Yeah.
So that'd be a fun match. I think that's coming today.
What about Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce? Are they on the pitch today?
Alkmaar. AZ Alkmaar.
AZ Alkmaar, Holland. Yeah.
So they're on the road. Lazio Porto. That should be a fun match.
Lazio is top of the table, I think, or one of the clubs top of the table there.
And then United's home to the Greek side, PAOK.
Will, which match jumps off the page for you on the slate of afternoon Europa League games?
Well, honestly, nothing jumps off any tables for me.
Okay,
I fixed the table. It doesn't do that anymore. We had a problem for a while, but I brought people in. I have a friend who put me in touch with an exorcist, and we got that taken care of. So
you have Ajax and you have Tel Aviv. Maybe I'll pull up. I should have worn my Ajax kit today.
You should have gotten.
You should wear your Ajax kit every day. Why save it for just one day?
Because it's from Holland, and I just don't want to get it dirty.
Well, that's your fault. Everything from Holland is dirty. Am I right? Hey,
you really put him up on a tee there. Look, Operator Rich says, I doubt he does, but Fraser's laugh has a real 2-pack-a-day vibe. Is that where you're kind of going? Yeah. I know it's off topic here.
If people want to know how I lost the weight, started smoking.
This is Virginia Slim,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Stony Plain Slim, as it would be calling you.
Yeah, I took female-marketed cigarettes and started smoking them. Yeah. I really wanted to amplify the shame of smoking, but get the benefits of it as well.
Dave in Section T says, I've been listening long enough to remember when Lieutenant Eric never spoke when Will was on air. You guys are really hitting your stride this week, and I'm here for it. Hope what's his name gets well, but I'm missing him like Evander Kane right now. I'm sure he'll be good again, but I'm fine waiting.
Oh, man. That was one of my favorite bits. Was bringing a practicum Lieutenant Eric
3
on.
questions too many. That was my big.
And then and then always sort of dangling the, no, give us your opinion. Only to smash it down. It was,
I had a lot to say.
Yeah.
Fred Papernick says Ajax Bilbao parlay. That's what he's hopping on for Coolbet today. I think Bruce Boudreau's in the bullpen. That's your Coolbet Canada Hall end of the day. Stay cool, bet responsibly. Coolbet.com.
The coach.
Nelson Aguilar on the anytime touchdown. We had Maddie, what was it, 90 yards rushing for Derrick Henry. So get on there tonight up at Coolbet and text in either Ravens or Bengals. Who do you got winning tonight? You could be in the mix for a Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge GC. A sports update from Maddie Iwanek. We'll be back. Bruce Boudreau, the coach, will join us. It is the Nielson Show. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser in for Dustin Nielson here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Noah Hannafin scored the game winner with 49 seconds left as the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 4-2 last night. Kulak Hyman were the goal scorers for the Oil. Next up, Edmonton's in Vancouver on Saturday. Elsewhere, the Capitals beat the Preds 3-2. The Red Wings, they knocked off the Blackhawks 4-1. In the NBA, the Raptors fell to the Kings 122-107. Elsewhere, the Warriors beat Boston 118-112. The Grizzlies got past the Lakers, while the Thunder fell to the Nuggets 124-122. And Thursday Night Football tonight has the AFC North battle with the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson hosting the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. Join LTE and Central Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for the action and a chance to win on the scoreboard starting at 6:15. This sports update is brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who waxes his nose every single day. Up next, Bruce Boudreau joins Lieutenant Eric and Wil Fraser. I'm Matt Iwanek. You're up to date.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki as a ninja fighting off evil samurai.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Yeah, 7:32. You're listening to the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart and TuneIn radio apps and on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, pound the like. Let's drive that algorithm. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, it does you and us good. Looking for a high of 9 degrees today, mix of sun and cloud, 4 degrees currently in the Edmonton area right now. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser with you today, and Matt Iwanek behind the monitors. We welcome in our only guest of the day. And usually for today, if he's on, we only need him. He's good enough. We don't need any more to dress up the tree, but Bruce Boudreau, smack dab in the middle of the program today, brought to you, as always, by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialists. Have Pro-Am custom frame that jersey you have in the closet or the photo. Maybe you have one with Bruce that you've still got in the box. Visit them in-store to get started on your project today, located in Edmonton at the corner of St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, or online at proamsports.ca. Good to see you, Bruce, again. Hope you're doing well, man. Let's get into it. Oilers dropping a 4-2 decision on home ice to the Golden Knights. Vegas's first road win of the campaign, albeit early, but we were kind of talking and dicing up last night's game, and is it as simple as this Oilers team, when they're not performing at a high-octane level offensively, you might play a decent game against a good team, but this is kind of the outcome that you can expect.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would have expected that outcome. I think they made some real big gaffes and to get goals against. I mean, if you watch the game, I mean, I thought Skinner was great. He made some incredible saves that kept the game, fairly close. But I mean, Vegas is a well-coached team. They're only 2 years removed from the Cup, and I think they played the game that they were supposed to. With when Connor was back, I mean, watching highlights and actually watching the game, every time he touched the puck, they were on him. They did not give him room to skate. And if you can, that's the way you've got to play against him. Is like, as soon as he touches the puck, you got to take that time and space away from him. And so he was sort of a non-factor in the game. I thought Draisaitl was great. You know what? When you don't see them all the time, it's amazing how many great passes he makes. I mean, you guys see it all the time. But, I mean, some of those backhand passes that he was making, those blind passes were incredible. But I thought the game came down to one thing, and that was Evan Bouchard making two really big mental mistakes. In the first period, you know, when it was 0-0 near the end of the first period, like, I don't know if you go back and watch that goal that Eichel scored, I don't know what the heck he was doing. I mean, he was standing around. And it's a simple 3-on-3 that you guys, they practice every single day, and he let Eichel go through the middle. Now, Theodore had to make a great pass to him to keep it onside, and he had to make a great move to beat Skinner. But holy moly, if he's your best defenseman, you in the last minute of the period, and you've got him on, then I mean, you can't make that mental mistake. And I thought that in the third goal, with under a minute to go in the game and tied, like, I mean, I'm not usually critical, but I had my coach's hat on watching the game last night, and I know I would have been blowing up behind the bench. I mean, just the mental awareness that, you know, there's 4 guys in the picture from Edmonton and 1 from Vegas, and you don't see what's coming from behind. I'm going, you're on the ice. The coach is giving you the last minute of the game in a tie game, and you're not aware that there's somebody behind you. I thought was pretty inexcusable. So I mean, that's where I was critical last night. It just wasn't that good on those 2 goals, and in the end, that's one of the reasons they're 6-7-1 right now.
That is also one of those goals, that 3-2 goal, that because of the nature of how we broadcast hockey games, we're actually not picking up where it breaks down, because that was Noah Hannafin skating the entire length of the ice, and not a single forward picks him up on the way down the ice, where it's the most basic play, right? When the puck goes the other way, your forwards have to at least be checking the high man to see what they're doing, and everyone was watching the puck last night.
Yeah, and you hear it every day. Every minor hockey kid hears it. Keep your head on a swivel. Like, I mean, look and know your surroundings. Don't puck watch. Don't have everybody watching the puck. And I mean, Edmonton was doing that. I mean, but the guy that was in front of the net, even though the forwards didn't pick it up, the last line of defense has got to be aware. Yeah. And I mean, he was just drifting towards the puck carrier in the corner and went, "Oh, geez, what's behind me?" And I mean, that's unfortunate, because I think, you know, like, I mean, the last minute of the game, the worst thing you want to do is get it into overtime. That's the worst thing. You want to protect at least the 1 point until you get it into overtime, and then go for 2. So I thought that was disappointing, watching them score that third goal. And you could see the frustration when they scored the empty net goal, that the players were pretty frustrated that they had lost that one.
Bruce Boudreau joining us this morning, courtesy Pro-Am Sports. I want to get your thoughts, Bruce, as well on the heading into last night's game as the goaltending matchup, and looking ahead to the Four Nations. Aiden Hill, Stuart Skinner, a few other goaltenders as well around the league, kind of grouped into that, who starts, who plays, who gets named. But last night in this exercise, it was Hill v. Skinner. I thought from a neutral point, you know, it was a pretty good game, and I thought 2 goaltenders, you know, playing admirably in their own right. But obviously Hill coming away with the win. Does your picture in terms of Four Nations goaltending get any clearer from last night, staying the same, or where do you kind of come out of that whole conversation?
Well, I mean, I think the same guys are still the ones that are they're looking. It's Binnington, whether it's Hill, whether it's Skinner. I thought Skinner played great last night. I thought there were times in the game when he had to make the great save to keep the minute, and he did. And to me, that's what a goalie does, is make the great save at the right time. And for the most part, he did that. There was some really great 10-bell saves. Stone had one, I recall. I mean, you know, so I mean, I think they're all in the mix. I mean, I don't see all the goalies enough. I mean, but I will say this: Doug Armstrong's the GM, and he sees his goalie all the time. So I mean, I think there's a good chance that he's leaning a little bit towards Binnington more than anybody else right now. But I think in Canada's case, that I mean, it's sort of an open field. I mean, you can see who you know. And Americans and the Swedes, but I mean, the Canadian goaltender, there's a lot of good ones, but there's nobody that's really going to jump out and be a Carey Price or type thing this year. So there's a lot of probably nitpicking that's going to be going on. But I would think with Doug being so close to Binnington, if he continues to play solidly, he's going to have the best chance at starting.
Since their inception, the Nashville Predators have been the most sort of consistent, low-key hockey team. They just get down to business, which is why this season has been so surprising. First of all, their off-season that they were the most entertaining team. They've had the most surprisingly disappointing start to the regular season. And then Barry Trotz goes on radio yesterday and uses the phrase, "We might have to start a rebuild." We're not even at American Thanksgiving. How shocking is that to hear from the guy who was technically the architect of this team to already be thinking that he needs to throw in the towel? I mean, it's one thing to be like, we may need to make changes, but to use the word rebuild, what does that do in not only the locker room, but the coach's room to a franchise?
Well, I think it would have been a little bit of an eye opener for
Absolutely.
sure. I mean, I have no idea what the thought process is, but if I'm guessing is he did it last year, and it worked. They went on to win 16 games when he said, okay, we're not going to Vegas early. There's no concert. It's business here. And I think he wanted to send the same kind of message right now, because I know Barry very well, and there's no chance he's throwing in the towel right now. None. And, but to maybe some of the guys that haven't performed at the rate that he would like to have had them perform at so far, he wanted to maybe shock them into playing better. Unfortunately, it didn't work last night, but when I heard the news that he had said it, and boy, it opened my eyes. Like, if I'm the coach, I'm going, this isn't good. But I mean, the one thing I don't think Barry ever wants to do right now is he's got his job as GM. He's not going behind the bench, and I think him and Andrew are really tight. So I think he's got a little bit more leeway than most guys would have. I mean, I think they're in tight tonight. I don't know whether they're in Florida or Carolina, but I mean, again, they got a tough match. But watching that game before the Edmonton game came on, there's just not a lot of passion going on in Nashville when they play, and it's hard to watch because they got great players, but sometimes great players aren't a good fit. Which is why all-star teams, just getting the best skilled players don't always work. You got to have a good mix, and I don't know if they made a mistake or not. I mean, time will tell, but they certainly don't look like a cohesive unit right now.
Preds in Florida tonight as well, as you mentioned.
Yeah, Bruce, just sticking with that Predators thing, is there any chance that Barry Trotz maybe let the cat out of the bag a little bit on exactly whose idea this past offseason was? And what I mean by that is usually when you are following your plan, when you are the architect, you are somewhat emotionally connected to the roster that's in front of you, and almost because of your own ego, unwilling to admit that you maybe made a mistake. Does it kind of feel like maybe ownership put a little bit of pressure on Barry to switch things up? I mean, they traded away their goaltender of the future. They re-signed their goaltender to a long-term deal, and then also on top of it added some big name unrestricted free agents. It at least from the outside looking in feels a little bit like maybe this isn't 100% Barry's team in front of him.
Yeah, you know what? That I don't know. I do know that Barry is obviously super knowledgeable. He's been in this league for the last 25 years. So I mean, I don't think he would allow. I don't think he would allow an owner to come in and say, "Hey, listen, this is what we want to do. We want to take that jump right now." And if Barry was against it, I think he's strong enough because David Poyle all the time, and I'm sure that they've had round tables and saying this is not the thing to do or this is the thing to do. I think they thought they were very good last year defending, and if they could add some offense, it would get them over the top, especially when they signed Saros to an 8-year deal. They got the goalie, they got no questions. Let's get some more offense. But I liken it to when the Rangers went out and got Kane and Tarasenko. There's only, all of a sudden other guys that were stars are put on the back burners. Like all of a sudden you don't hear Forsberg's name all the time. And he was the big dude, there. And now it's Stamkos, Marcia, so Brady Shea. And you don't hear, I don't even hear Roman Yossi's name all the time now, where he was the focal point of the defense. And they had that going. So sometimes the best intentions have the worst things going on. So, I hope it turns around. Nashville's is a great market and it's a great team. Barry's a great guy, man. And I had Andrew Brunette with me in Minnesota. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
So, I want them to do well, so, but they're going to have to do it soon, because once you get the 5-10 games behind 500 at Thanksgiving in the U.S., your team is usually in a lot of trouble.
Bruce, we love you, man. A couple more from the wrestling world for you, a two-pronger. Somebody wants to know your favorite tag team of all time, and Big Maple wants to know if Kevin Owens can get one more title run before his career is done.
Well, first of all, the best tag team, it's funny. I don't know how old this guy is asking the question. When I was in middle school, I had me and a buddy. We went around and we were the Kangaroos, and we would beat the crap out of all the little students in the school. And so we would have wrestling matches in the gym after. We drew crowds. It was fun. But the Hart Foundation to me was the number one tag team, and always will be. But I really believe that Kevin Owens will get a chance. He plays the popular guy or the baby face really well, and he plays the villain really well. So he can play it both ways. So the WWE can use him any way they want. But I think he's got a great little feud starting with Randy Orton, and who knows where it's going to end up. I'm sure he's going to end up in a title match somewhere. In the end, I'd like to see him and Sami Zayn get back and win the tag team belts, because I think they're pretty fun. They're pretty good at it.
I love it. Our own babyface, Bruce Boudreau. We appreciate your time as always, man. Have a good rest of your week.
All right, you guys take care. Talk to you soon.
God bless that man. Right? The Kangaroos. I'm envisioning more of a kickboxing type of thing, like a lot of kicking. Yeah, that type of thing. But
lots of headlocks.
Yeah. Puffing up the chest.
They go out into shallow water and wait for the people to come in and just hold them down. Yeah.
Bruce Boudreau, brought to you by Pro-Am Sports, your locally owned sports memorabilia and apparel specialist. Hey, if you have an old photo of the Kangaroos, maybe hanging around in a shoebox, hey, get it signed, bring it into Pro-Am, have Pro-Am custom frame that jersey as well, photo in the closet. They still got it to visit them in Pro-Am. Visit them in store to get started on your project. St. Albert Trail, 128th Ave, or online, proamsports.ca. We move on to the fan zone right now.
Fan zone.
For fans first. By fans, for fans, no fees.
Fan zone.
Get your Oilers tickets all season long, www.fansfirst.ca. This is the Fan Zone. Once again, if you have anything from a fan's point of view you want to get off your chest or text in, add hashtag Fan Zone, and we would love to read it now. 780-218-9999 or in the nasty chat as well. Scalding Gord says, Trotz kicked his team in the berries.
Hey-o. I get it.
Yeah.
I see where you went there.
Coming hard after that text of the day. Maybe in the fan zone here, you could also get that text of the day for A&W. I can't wait for you guys to Filthy Bruce up that interview. Yeah, that bit's kind of taking the back seat with the production here, but Filthy Bruce, as Robbie the intern had. Big Slam Nasty says, imagine having a tough loss with Boudreau on the bench, then coming back into the locker room and being confronted by the Kangaroos. That would be. I'd like to see the other guy too, his partner
tagging in.
Yeah, I like how he's just going around beating up the smaller children.
No, it's not that they needed a tag team to defeat the bullies of the school. They were clearly the bullies of of the school.
He was trying to dress it up in a nice way. Yeah, we just kind of walked out. No, dude.
Listen, I needed my buddy to stick next to me so we could take down the evil. No, we were them.
Yeah.
That was us.
Taco says, I love how much more animated and passionate Bruce became when he started talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Look, he's on every second Thursday. Of course, Luke Gazdick coming in on the other Thursdays. But if you have any more wrestling questions for him, get them in ahead of time.
Heart Foundation's not a bad poll, but Legion of Doom is the greatest tag team.
Two to the eye recognizable. And I mean, look, you can define greatness as success at your own personal flavor. Maybe this is where we go with the fan zone. Who's your favorite wrestling tag team of all time? 780-218-9999. You knew, I've told you before, I was a big part of HBW, Hardcore Backyard Wrestling, in Saskatoon, a 5-man operation.
Yeah, there was not a table left.
We took it out into the streets. We had ladder matches in buddies' living rooms when the parents were away working.
Yeah.
Phil the Thrill Phillips, which was one of my mini characters, but the main one.
Right.
I took a guitar to the head.
Yeah.
You probably can tell, given as you known me over the years.
They took your job. You needed to do something about it.
Yes. The best part I think was choosing your intro music. That's what we enjoyed the most.
Sure.
You were not in any backyard. That wasn't a thing, right? Like growing up, everybody wrestles when they're a kid, trampoline or whatever.
Yeah. No, I mean,
you never had costume.
I have a younger brother who is literally a year and 5 days younger than me. So every day was WWF. In our house, and we broke stuff, and so I mean, we got kicked outside a lot by my parents. Like usually they would try to break it up, then they stopped, then we started breaking stuff, so then it would have to be outside, and then both of us wanted to date girls, and so then you had to have ground rules, right? Like nothing to the face, man.
Yeah. No pinching.
I still remember the last time my brother and I, like my brother was like, let's go outside. Like not because he was upset with me, he just wanted to
have a little
wrestle.
Yeah.
And he probably outweighed me by 10 pounds. Like he is taller than me. It bothered me that I was still beating him, that it was clearly just a mental block.
Yeah, right.
That was not allowing him.
This is how it goes.
Yeah, like you have a younger brother.
Yeah, but he's bigger than me.
Yeah, exactly. And he was big. Like how long after he got bigger than you did it take for him to actually beat you though? Like it seems like the little brothers have a bit of a mental block.
Oh, he still beat me.
But eventually it happened.
Eventually it happened. Yeah. In our adult. But it's funny. I used to know a guy. We'd go to his place for like Christmas. He'd fight his brother-in-law. It'd be like a yearly tradition. We would get all liquored up, and then they'd like wrestle on the floor and like run into the club, like banging around and stuff like that. Yeah. It is
the real dark side for because wrestling. You're right. Wrestling was fun, and there was a lot of like. I don't know, peacocking that you would do. Like it was about telling a story more than anything.
Yeah, more than the technical side,
but, man,
the wrestling.
Like we got the VHS of the first UFCs when it was just a free for all. Like it was like 180-pound karate champ versus sumo wrestler type of stuff. That was not good. Because there was no storytelling involved in that. There was just straight up
the violence.
Like how quickly can I break this man's nose sort of thing. And so, me and my friends would watch that, and then we'd go outside and be like, let's do it. And
no intro music needed.
Sometimes like when you're fighting with your brother, it ends in tears, but you're not quite sure why either of you, like it's emotional tears.
Okay.
Like no one's ever actually hurt. You're just upset that your sibling or your friend upset you.
Yeah.
No, like early UFC high school kids. No, those were real tears. Those were like, I don't know if my finger's ever going to be the same type of injuries.
Yeah. Legion of Doom is getting a lot of love. The nasty chat. I love this little exercise. This is fun. Twin Towers, without a doubt. Akeem and the Big Boss Man there. The original Big Boss with the blue uniform, not the new black uniformed kind of Cobb County type of. Strike Force, Tito Santana and Rick Martel. Road Warriors, yes. And again, Mega Powers. LOD, Doomsday Device, the greatest finishing tag team move of all time. The Rock and Sock Connection, a little more of a modern day one from Cal the Embalmer. That was okay. I mean, two different styles.
It's funny to say modern
characters.
day one, and I'm pretty sure it's 20 years old.
Well, modern day for us. Yeah. I can't even name you a tag team like now. Like even Bruce keeps up with it all. He is up to date. Jordan says the New Age Outlaws. Play the clip. I'm going to add you cowards at the end of that, to which he didn't say. But New Age Outlaw, I liked Badass Billy Gunn and the Road Dogg. That was great entertainment. Not the best wrestling technique.
Poor Billy Gunn.
Bill Gunn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor Billy Gunn.
The Dudley Boys were great. ECW Dudley Boys. I like this. The Bushwhackers. We all imitated that walk, right? That was...
Yeah, they were great until they started wrestling.
That's what I'm saying. There's if you're talking about like wrestling or just the idea and vibe of it. Yeah, like
Legion of Doom was great because it carried through.
Yeah.
Right? Like they came out and looked like the most violent thing you'd ever seen, and then they wrestled like the most violent thing you've ever seen.
Scott from Wainwright says, I'd love to say the Smoking Guns, Billy and Bart gun, but who can top Kane in the Big Show?
Yep.
Kane in the Big Show, yeah, okay, that's okay, yeah.
Once again, more impressive on the way to the ring than in the ring.
Yeah, that's just it. Andrea says Bray Wyatt and Alexa. Bushwhackers. Maddie, do you have any sort of, do you want to weigh in to this at all? You have the option of not. But if you have a tag team that you'd like to kind of, maybe one that hasn't been mentioned, do you? The Full-Blooded Italians from ECW, the FBI.
I never really was.
Big Sally Graziano.
I never really got much ECW. I could never find it.
Doink and Dink the Clown.
I don't know.
Bring back Spike TV.
Yeah, TNN.
Yeah.
TNN and Spike TV were great. I don't know. Like Dudley Brothers, Hardy Boys.
Yeah, Dudley Brothers.
I'll hit you with the Outsiders.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Scott Hall dripped cool, for a heel.
Trying to think what would have been missed that you guys.
Harlem Heat.
It was
Stevie Ray and Booker T.
I preferred that as the vehicle to introduce new talent.
A tag team.
Like that used to be, if you were the young up-and-comer that the corporation had decided, okay, we're going to give you a push, they would start it as part of a tag team. And then you would develop your persona. You'd kind of get your licks in. You'd figure out timing and choreography and all of that before they let you become a standalone. Like, was not HBK, did he not start in a tag team? The name is escaping me. But
I know he had a thing with Diesel for a bit, but I don't know if that was post or pre or what.
Yeah.
Like when Mick Foley and The Rock would, because they
Rock and Sock.
They would always partner up.
Yeah.
But it's just totally contrasting styles, which was, I think, the best part of that. My brother Lucas texted in Rob Van Dam and Sabu. Sabu was wild.
Oh, I forgot about Sabu.
And so was Rob Van Dam.
They were both
all
nuts.
4'5" of them.
Yeah, but would do anything. Like go jump 50. Okay.
All right.
Sure. That's the British Bulldogs. Edge and Christian from the Brood.
Edge and Christian.
Gangrel in there
Great
if you want
call.
as well. Hey, drinking the blood. Raider Jesse says the Rockers. What else we got here?
Was that where HBK was? Was the Rock? I feel like that.
Maybe that's actually, I think you're on the.
I feel like
that's why Raider Jesse is saying the Rockers. Yeah, Marty Jannetty. Marty Jannetty. And Shawn Michaels. Damn, you got it. We can get into stables too. I mean, groups DX was, but I mean that's a different kettle of fish.
I got some breaking news from the National Football League.
Okay.
The Carolina Panthers have locked, this is from Ian Rappaport, have locked in one of their young stars, agreeing to terms with running back Chuba Hubbard on a 4-year, $33.2 million contract extension. Gets a max value of $37.2, but it also features the big important number, $15 million in new fully guaranteed money.
Good for him.
Good for
getting
him.
his money.
And actually, that's a pretty efficient little bit of signing.
And good for the Panthers. Yeah.
But local kid, $15 million deal for him.
Yeah,
good job, Chuba.
That is not an overpay.
I think the only thing from, maybe you guys might agree or disagree here, I wouldn't mind him seeing him in another market on a different team. The Carolina Panthers have,
but I don't think there's anyone that would go for him. Maybe
I
potentially.
think running back is such a burnout quick type of anytime I can see a young guy, yes, he is probably, if he stays healthy, taking less money than he could earn.
Somebody akin to the rental car. That's you just
exactly
beg the.
So for him to get guaranteed money,
that's the thing. It's $15 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
It's great.
Good for him.
Yeah.
We had Eric Zabrowski on yesterday. What Reed and Jay did.
Guardians pitcher.
The Guardians pitcher, the local kid. Davies in Bayern. Like Davies is looking for the move to Real, or maybe staying at Bayern, or going to United or something, or maybe City. Like just seeing these local kids do these things on these big stages outside of hockey. I love hockey, obviously. Yeah, we love it, guys. But it's one of those to see it on these other sports.
Yep.
And so seeing Chuba get this deal, get that guaranteed money.
Yep.
I still hold a hope because it is the running back and the NFL does churn him out quick. Would he look at the 1-year deal with his hometown team when his career is over? But just to go play for his team, I don't know how much he cared about the CFL.
After he's left his knees behind in Carolina.
Once the NFL is done and you got that $15 million guaranteed, I don't know if you're going to come here for a couple $100,000.
2 runs a game. Doesn't have to block.
Matthew, I hope not. That would be my response to that.
Well, but it'd also be cool to see him play, like maybe just for the love of it and with his team.
Gord Mamer in the Nasty Chat, our Panthers insider, they just drafted an RB in the first round last year who's about to debut. Interesting.
Yeah.
So
and that's what I mean by that makes me happy for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lock that money in because no career is shorter in football, maybe in all of sport, than NFL running back.
Yeah, Raider Jesse adds to that. Hubbard has had a great season. Great for him. Really interesting given Brooks came off the PUP list today. So, yeah, I just, again, I wish that I could see him more in a couple of primetime games on a team that's competing. That's my selfish wish. But again, good for him. You're getting the bag. You're in a position, as you mentioned, where tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Well, listen, if you've been watching Ravens... this goes to the whole sort of like they just took a kid in the first round. If you're watching the Ravens, I think we are maybe starting to see something similar to what we've seen in baseball in that like the lack of a starter, right?
Yeah.
The bullpen pitching solution. I think we might be starting to see something like that in the NFL where it's like, no. We don't have a primary running back. We are a multi-running back team. Because we need to keep these guys as fresh as possible. We need to worry about their longevity because having a running back who understands the system, like the amount of film and book that a running back has to go through, bringing a running back up to speed takes a long time. And to have them just burn out as quickly as they do it makes more sense to try and spread that load out through your lineup.
Well, and also an option of having different styles and different scenarios for certain situations in that position, which, I mean, why not, really? So your thoughts on that, Chuba Hubbard? What the details again? The numbers on that one? Sorry, Maddie.
So it's really complicated, I guess. A 4-year, $33.2 million contract extension, though, has a max value of $37.2 million, $15 million guaranteed.
15 guaranteed.
That's the big number.
Good
$15 million guaranteed.
So there's a few bonuses structured into that. If he hits key numbers, he gets $15 million.
He's not getting 37.2.
No matter what, and will be property of the Panthers for 4 years.
Well, no. NFL contracts, you don't see the end.
No.
Right? I know this contract
saying
yes.
that they will determine where he plays.
Just
or if he plays.
Any contract I see in the NFL, I'll be shocked if you see year 4.
Right, which is why they dangle it out there,
and why that fully guaranteed money is the most important.
Is the most important part. Yeah.
If you want to be a winner like Chuba Hubbard this morning, text in. I want to play trivia right now, 780-218-9999. That was Fans First for fansfirst.ca by Fans for Fans, no fees. Get your Oilers tickets all season long, fansfirst.ca. Trivia time. We'll be kicking off hour number 3 coming up next. It is hot off the press. The ink is still drying. Okay, this is great. Kind of easy trivia.
Themed. Once again, kind of easy trivia.
You just need 3 out of 5. Text in if you want to play. $25 to Mr. Mike's is on the line. Text 780-218-9999. Text Matt, I want to play trivia. He'll find somebody lucky enough that texts in. We'll give you a call and you can play. You just need 3 out of 5. 3 questions too many as well coming up. If you have any questions for Will or Matt or myself, get them in as well. Same number or in the nasty chat. We got That Hurts, I Got Beef coming up in the 3rd hour. We'll be waxing our noses. I never thought that's a phrase that I'd be saying, but it'll be happening. All 3 of us, right? You are locked in?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I love it. All ahead of the wrap for William Huff. Should be a fun hour number 3. And your thoughts as well, as always, on last night's Oilers loss to the Golden Knights. 780-218-9999 is the Nielson Show, presented by Southport Chevrolet. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser, and Matthew Iwanek with a sports update for Claiborne Services here on EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Noah Hannafin scored the game-winning goal with 49 seconds left as the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 4-2 last night. Kulak Hyman were the goal scorers for the Oil. Next up, Edmonton's in Vancouver on Saturday. Elsewhere, the Capitals beat the Preds 3-2, while the Red Wings knocked off the Blackhawks 4-1. Some news just breaking in the National Football League. The Carolina Panthers have locked up running back Chuba Hubbard to a 4-year, $33.2 million contract extension as a max value of $37.2 million, and $15 million is fully guaranteed. Thursday night Night Football tonight has an AFC North battle with Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson hosting the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. Join Lieutenant Eric at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for the action and a chance to win on the scoreboard. That gets going at 6:15. And in the NBA, the Raptors fell to the Kings 122-107. Elsewhere, Warriors got past the Celtics 118-112. The Grizzlies beat the Lakers, and the Thunder fell to the Nuggets. This EST Sports Update, it's brought to you by Claiborne Services, where they're hiring all positions, including journeymen, bricklayers, and apprentices of all levels. With an outstanding mentorship program, work with peace of mind knowing that Claiborne Services is an industry leader in safety. Take your career to the next level with Claiborne Services. Visit claiborneservices.com or give Jeff a call at 780-910-6728. Up next, Kind of Easy Trivia, 3 questions too many. It's the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric and Wil Fraser. I'm Matt Owanek. You're up to date.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind. 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interest. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats like Brzezinski and Noodles. Captain can gauge it. If it's a fun but a cool band to make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time. Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number 1 in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We wanna hear some hot takes and we wanna hear Renee. Wanna hold the neck up when I wanna kiss away. Beat us the tire fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about the games? Macaroon, Rapaport, Dragger, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin and the tales of the North. All about a game in person, Dusty go forth. What say you? AM Nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu, and there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
8:06. We got to get to this. We got to get this out. It can't just be a joke between you and I anymore. We need to get it out.
It's the most inside thing in the world.
Out in the ether. Nielson Show 8:07. EdmontonSports.com, iHeart, and TuneIn radio apps, and on YouTube. Hit the like, hit the sub if you haven't already. Goes a long way, not just for us, but for you, the listener and viewer.
We do it all for you.
All for you. I was fired up for you today, for crying out loud.
He did. He showed real emotion.
I bleed for you. 4 degrees in Edmonton right now. A very nice day of 9 under a mix of sun and cloud. 11 for a high tomorrow. Get it in ya. The temperatures, looks like the fair temperatures will be around heading into the weekend and next week as well. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser, Matt, I want it behind the monitors. Just quickly, though, the What Say You remix playing us in here. You said it, I think it was the first day we were hosting together. And again, you always, you find stuff that I'm walking along, I don't notice the $5 bill at my feet.
Sure.
And you're like, hey, there's a $5. I'm like,
buddy,
whoa.
That's a $5 bill he stepped over.
The way you paint the picture of the What Say You, tell our listeners and viewers kind of how you see this. Because you'll never be able to listen to it the same again.
It feels kind of barbershop quartet-y. It feels like middle-aged guys standing around really getting into it.
Specifically, Joaquin Gage, Cassian will throw him in there.
Yeah.
And maybe Dusty, he's a host. But you're kind of talking the a good collection of like a Boys to Men type of thing.
But clearly too old to be pulling it off anymore.
But they're trying.
Yeah, lots of sideways looks. Yeah.
Somebody's got a backwards beret on.
Yeah.
Maybe Gager. What a mental image. I can't hear that song anymore without thinking of that music video that never will be. But I want to thank you for that.
The Glue Gang.
The Glue Gang. Yeah. Milne in there as well.
Milne's in there for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. A real heartthrob, actually. He's kind of the one. Yeah, the ladies.
He's the pretty boy. Yeah. He's the one that lets the girls swoon. Yeah.
Get that twinkle in his eye. Yeah.
Gager is the one that writes the tunes, comes up with the music. He's serious. He's an artist.
God, I love this. What a scenario. Maybe someday we'll get a group photo and signed by the whole group before you.
And Dustin's just there to earn enough money to take a trip to the space station.
He's the fun guy.
Yeah,
he's kind of the.
I'm just happy that this is happening.
780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. Of course, we're coming to you live from Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. Bill with 1L texted in. He's sitting outside the Lloydminster Popeyes. They're closed, but he's just listening to the show, sitting outside of it, which I love the devotion.
Sure.
I was there.
That's not weird. It's not weird at all, Bill.
With 1L.
Yeah. Who's that guy fogging up his car in the parking lot?
Just you can hear the bass of the What Say You playing. What Say You? Yeah. Oh, he's got that new group on. Once again, a great hour of the program to wrap up the Nielson show today. Kind of easy trivia here in a matter of minutes. 3 questions too many. If you have any questions, get those in as well. 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox, or in the nasty chat. After that, though, this is the segment you want to be watching on YouTube. That hurts. For James H. Brown Injury Lawyers. Might be giving them a call later on today, depending how this goes. We're waxing our noses.
I guarantee you it won't hurt as much as you think it will.
That hurts without the exclamation point.
Unless you screw up the pull. If your thumb and finger slips off, geez.
But you got to do it quick, right? Like it's not a slow.
It's assertive. Think slamming think I'm fighting with my wife and I'm slamming a cupboard.
I don't fight with my wife often.
Wow. This is your problem. Think you're fighting with the weeds outside.
That was a pain. Yeah. We'll all be doing it though. All 3 of us, myself, Will, Matt. We're all going to scrape our noses clean. It's going to be great. Mm-hmm. I got beef for Corey the Butcher and Acme Meats as well at 8:30, and that's the wrap coming up to wrap up the show today. But kind of easy trivia right now for Mr. Mike's. Maddie, who do we got on the line today?
Mike is on the line.
Get out of here, Mike.
Mike for Mr. Mike.
You kidding?
Mr. Mike.
Are you one of the Mr. Mikes?
I'm a Mr. Mike.
A franchisee, I guess. Hey, yeah, good enough. You're still up to win. Once again, it's 25 to Mr. Mike's on the line today. Mike, you'll be playing. You need 3 out of 5 at least. I think you can get it. Will's come up with the questions. Maddie will start the ticker. After I read the first one, are you good to go?
I'm great. Let's go.
Mike, which biblical figure led animals 2 by 2 onto the ark and saved them from the flood?
Noah.
Who had the first 2 goals for the Golden Knights last night?
Who had 2 goals?
2 goals.
Noah Hannafin.
Fill in the blank. Blank Baumbach directed films such as Kicking and Screaming, and Marriage Story.
Noah Baumbach.
Trevor Blank is the former host of The Daily Show.
Trevor Noah.
Joachim Blank played from 2007 to 2020 in the NBA.
Joachim Noah.
Mike's going to Mr. Mike's.
Know such a diverse range.
God. Damn it, Shake, stop it!
They are going to remember that AM radio is a viable and modern source for news and entertainment. Totally. People don't listen to AM like they used to. Seems like it's more about FM and color TV. That's stupid. It sure is, Kevin.
I'm stoked. You stoked?
I'm stoked.
Just stoked.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
Mike is off to Mr. Mike's. I got to apologize as well. These were a little wordy, but the penmanship, I kind of stumbled over
That's
a bit.
my problem.
And
That's my
it's
fault.
both of our problems. I should have proofread it as well more closely. But Mike, you're off to Mr. Mike's. Let the festivities begin. He's invited to Mr. Mike's Fiesta Fusion. You are as well. Celebrate the flavors of the new Mexican and Spanish-inspired features. Patatas Bravas, the Fusion Feast platter, chili lime ribeye, and feature drinks. A buck as well from every feature
I thought there
entree
was some
sold.
sort of connection there. Like Noah 2 by 2, Noah Hannafin with 2 goals, scoring 2 by 2.
I don't know who Noah Baumbach is. That would have
You don't know director Baumbach?
No, I don't know.
He's also a writer, so he's done a lot of Wes Anderson.
And I thought the G
scripts.
was an S, so I was kickins and screamins. I don't know. Marriage Story, no. Trevor, no, I knew. Joachim, no, I. Sure. Former Gator, correct? Is that, I think?
Well, he was a Bull for a very long time.
No, I know, but I only watch college basketball.
2-time champion.
For the Gators.
With the Gators.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Matt.
So that adds to your 2.
Once again, 2 by 2. There you go.
Oh, jeez.
See, there's a theme here.
You had it. You knew it all along. Yeah. You just wanted to keep us on our toes.
Couldn't find a way to fit Noah Wiley in, though. I was really looking for a Noah Wiley angle. But considering ER hasn't been a show for 30 years, I thought probably not.
You missed out on the Noah Philp.
Noah Philp. Oh, you're killing me, man. See?
A little Golden Bear trivia there.
Yeah.
Eh?
The problem was I looked up famous Noahs.
got him. You got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Beautiful smile.
Good morning, Matt.
There's his beautiful smile. Those pearly whites, they came out. Oh, we knew we could get it.
Once again, $1 though from every feature entree sold at Mr. Mike's helps nourish a hungry child through a local breakfast program in this community. Join the Fiesta Fusion at your local Mr. Mike's today. Mike is on his way. Congratulations to you, Mike. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser, Matthew Iwanek, he's here. I just
finally
you snapped him. You unzipped him.
Yeah, we finally had him show up. I don't know who was here beforehand, but that's our Matthew Iwanek right there.
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda. Where if you are Noah, you come in today, he'll give you, you buy a car, you get a second 2x2. No, it's just a joke. He's not going to be doing that. But go see the fine folks today at Park Mazda, Mitch Lewicki and the gang, parkmazda.ca online as well, out in Sherwood Park. Social medias. Look, YouTube is humming along. We're close to changing 200, so keep hitting that thumbs up. Hit the like. Give us a like. It goes a long way for the algorithm, and sub to the channel as well. You, once again, just to clarify, not on any social media at all. You don't even have a burner. I thought you'd be a guy that...
No.
Yeah, but you also wouldn't admit if you had one, right?
That's the purpose of a burner, is it not?
But you could tell us.
Listen.
Because it'd be fun.
Yeah, that's a can of worms I don't need to open up. I don't know who's talking to my wife. She can't know about the burner.
And you aren't, what is the phrase account in here? We figured out the name earlier on today. What was his name?
It's something about...
good ass or something like that.
Yeah.
Talking about your backside. But
Yeah,
that's not you. Confirmed, yeah.
Well, yeah, once again, the only social media I am on is OnlyFans. So you can find me on OnlyFans, but that's about it.
For a paltry monthly fee, hey? I mean, it's worth it, I think, hey?
I basically just bake lots of sourdough.
Fully clothed.
No. Only wearing the apron.
The sou.
Yeah.
And sometimes you turn around to the oven, hey?
Artisanal sourdoughs, only wearing an apron. So if that's what you're into, you can find me on OnlyFans.
Those side shots when you reach for the spatula. Yeah. That's good.
Exactly.
Matt, where can people find you? Do you want to? You don't have to plug your social media. Usually when there's different people on the show, I like to give them the opportunity.
What's your OnlyFans account about?
Just me doing spreadsheets.
There are sick people out there that I'm sure would pay a lot. That's the one.
Getting
moving
different
things over on the Excel.
Different formulas done.
Exactly. Wait a minute.
Aligning.
Wait, watch when I put this in here. What happens to all these other cells?
If I correct for
cell formatting. Yeah.
First name, last name, Matthew Iwanek on Twitter.
Love it. You are on Instagram too, but you don't really. Use it.
I go in and I don't. I try to get into
Instagram.
Simpson Kings.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
I'm not in it enough.
We have a group chat where we share like Simpsons. It's called Bort posting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I only am on Instagram for DMs. I don't do anything else on Instagram. I don't look at posts. I don't look at stories. I don't care.
Exactly.
I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on
smart man.
You're only on Instagram to check out other people's vacation photos and see if they're worth a call. Yeah, I get it.
I don't care for any of the apps. I do love Reddit though.
Threads?
No.
We don't have a station Threads.
Yes, we do.
But it's kind of dormant, or is it
We
being
haven't
used?
used. I have no idea. I maybe when you post stuff, it goes there. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Remember when that was going to be the thing?
Well, that still might.
It still might.
It's still might. It's just sitting there. It's ready to go. It's like that Corvette under the cover in your garage.
You know what? Lots of people use it, just not lots of us use it. That's
True.
the problem.
Yeah.
We're all siloed into our own environments. Yeah.
As it should be, right? That's a formula for success.
If you like segregating everything, next 20 years are going to be dynamite for you.
3 questions too many right now. As I said, we will be waxing our noses here shortly. What is outside of the nose? What is the other appendage or body part or area of your body that you would like to wax or have waxed?
Oh, the eyebrows. Easily the eyebrows.
And waxing, not shaving.
No,
Sometimes I will go up there and give it a little...
You gotta
but you
wax
can't
it.
do that. You got to wax it, right?
First of all, the waxing leads to it not growing back
That's
as
the
much.
trick. That's the
like,
trick.
So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
kind of you get on top of it. My one kid, oh my goodness, he looks like Bert. Like it is just one eyebrow,
Just
man.
a
Like,
straight line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like you got to knock that down, pal. Like,
It really, when your emotions kind of, it's funny compared to the normal person, right? Like that whole thing goes in unison.
yeah, straight up and down. Yeah.
Never waxed your leg, nothing like that on a dare. I mean, I had a patch. I mean, Nether regions.
Wax the back. I've done that.
Okay. Shoulders.
That's
a thing. Hey,
That's, especially the haunches. That hurts.
That's the one.
Like, that's not. That is no fun. Yeah.
You kind of go back to 40-Year-Old Virgin and Steve Carell with the whole.
It's fantastic.
I mean, one of the best scenes in cinematic
and
history.
it's because it's all legitimate. Like, and what I love is that none of them knew that the esthetician that was doing it for them was not a trained esthetician.
What did she? Itch knee.
Yeah. Like you, like when Carell is just straight up like hammer, like just giving it to her, you can tell she's mildly upset because she knows that she's caused him pain.
Bone says, and Will wonders why his kids are sarcastic. Maybe it's the tone of the eyebrow or whatever.
Well, I just like two eyebrows because it's better able to figure out what is the tone.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of. Maddie, have you? Now I know your legs are mine are hairy as well. They get a lot
I've
of hair
never
on
got
the
waxed.
Nothing. You have been gifted with nice eyebrows. Like you've probably never felt
they don't need any
that you needed to knock those babies down.
Well, they need to be trimmed.
Chris G says you have to thread your eyebrows.
I'll do whatever.
At the mall kiosk or whatever.
The
mall.
Yeah, sure. Are you offering? Like
Chris G might be.
Yeah, Chris, I'll take
Chris,
you up on
expand on this.
Yep.
You have to thread your eyebrows with you or somebody else.
Eyebrow shaping, I think is what it's called.
Shaping, yeah. I could probably go for a trip. These things are a little out of control. Yeah, you didn't want to say anything until I mentioned it, right?
You're getting that 40-plus drift where all of a sudden it's not your eyebrows.
They are climbing.
Your eyebrows don't move to the center. They are trying to like basically catch up to your hairline.
Look, Claire chimes in, and this is question 2 of 3 questions. So many brought to you by Park Mazda. She says, I'm a mom. I don't know these things. And Will, being the parent in the room right now, maybe you could elaborate on this. Guys, I need some advice body hair.
Yeah.
My preteen, we have this issue with Kazola. We have this issue with Kazola. It's starting to grow peach fuzz.
Preteen, yeah.
A peach fuzz stash.
Yeah.
At what point do I say something?
Is it bothering you? That's your
seems
answer.
to be, yeah.
If it's bothering you, say something. Here's the
because we said something to Tommy Gazzola. We did. We brought it up. Before.
Here's the problem that
I didn't.
I think that I think a lot of mothers have with sons. I'm speaking with my own wife. She struggled with this as well. In that you are approaching questions about appearance, thinking that you're talking to yourself when you are talking to a boy, and the level of care that they have for what they look like is 180 degrees different than what you have, right? So it is always better for you to just be straight up with them because they don't care. The reason why they have noticeable peach fuzz that is bothering you is because they don't look in a mirror, man. Like young boys do not care. And so if you point it out to them, they are not going to react with shame or guilt or be upset that you think they look ugly. They'll just ask you what you want them to do about it.
Big Slam Nancy says, I'm 27 and have a peach fuzz stash. Don't knock it. We're not being ageist here.
No.
You're just simply saying that at that time of your life, you're not more concerned about your appearance. Yeah. You're a young man making the town. The queef in the nasty chat says, are we really hairy people or are we just people attached to hair? That's a thinker. That'll keep you up at night.
Yeah. We have met that guy, right? Where does the hair end and the person begin?
Well, they're those people down in Guatemala, the two brothers, right? They have the werewolf face or whatever. You know what I'm talking about here. Maddie's eyebrows are very light compared to his facial hair. That comes in from Jen
Right.
Cool.
No, he's got really nice eyebrows. Who knew that was your
you take it.
And you know
Take
what?
it.
You've got properly sized ears. That's the other thing I've always noticed about Matthew Owanek. Like, I've never looked at you and went, your ears are a little messed up. They're not
fine.
Yeah.
But they grow with age too, don't they?
No. He's going to be the 80-year-old grandfather with the lobe that, like, if he moves his head from side to side too much, it kind of slaps the jowl.
Yeah. Question number 3, and we're going to be pulling our nose hairs out momentarily with what, cream gelatin? What is it?
No, it's a wax.
A wax, sorry. Yeah, I should have known that. Question 3, boys, and we'll go around the horn. Expectations for Saturday night in Vancouver, Oilers Canucks, hockey night in Canada.
Oof. Expectations.
Just when you're waking up,
is a loaded question, isn't it?
You're waking up Sunday, and the story is...
I don't know. Like, I think we're nailing down the frustration with this hockey team right now, right? is that they don't allow you to have an expectation.
But is this the one?
Is this the one that what?
The dam breaks. The offense, everybody kind of
Yes.
I know
yes. The dam will break. I don't know what dam that is.
Well, the
For
offense,
goal
the
scoring.
scoring.
For getting goals.
They're
for 5,
they're
6
at
goals
the bottom
by the
of the
Oilers.
league.
Will they?
Will the Oilers
No,
dam finally break in the offense?
I have no expectations that will be the storyline. Okay. I have expectations.
A tight game, a tight loss.
Something's going to happen.
I know,
and we didn't predict it. Like,
I will say it's like a 5-0 dominant win one way or the other.
Right.
Okay.
Like the
that's what I'm looking
Oilers
for. That's
come
what I'm looking for.
out
That's what I'm looking
and
for.
they score the goals, or the Oilers are getting shellacked in this game, and it's all panic in the city.
But that's kind of what I felt about last night.
I don't think
going into
close.
last
That's
night.
fair. You can
going
have the
into
same-
last night, I was kind of like, man, maybe this is the game where it's like a 6-5 final, and instead we get a real stubborn hockey game that only breaks open in the last minute of play.
Ronnie Oceanfront says 8-1 loss. You said 6-5, but he's saying it's one way or the other.
I'm saying somebody's dominating.
Somebody's
that
going to
game.
dominate the
I
game.
don't think we're seeing a close game.
Yeah.
Somebody's
No, but
dominating that game.
That's I thought there would be more goals last night.
Fair.
There was less goals than
6.5,
I
I think. Take the under
and
with them
so,
every game.
like, you may look at Vancouver and go, it's two really well-matched teams. They have a history in the playoffs. They played really tight games in the playoffs. Maybe we see a return to that. And then it'll be 8-2, win or lose. So, yeah, the frustration I have with this Oilers squad is there is no predicting what the next game's going to look like.
Let me ask you this. Do you expect vibes?
Oh, man. If there are vibes for the Oilers, it'll be a 6-2 win.
Okay.
If you're looking for something to watch while watching that Oilers game, or if things aren't going well, just a reminder, go to the CW, Washington State, Utah State, some Pac-2 action.
Pac-2 action. You son of a gun.
It's non-conference.
Not yet.
It's non-conference game.
Well, but it's not Pac whatever it's going to be when all the other...
Yeah,
when do
right.
those-
So it's still just the two. It's
when do
Washington
the
State and
schools
Oregon
get
State.
in there?
Next year? I think.
Is it a missed opportunity that they don't refer to themselves as Tupac?
That's a missed opportunity. They don't actually say the Pac-2. I think they still go Pac-12.
But what will they be when the other teams come in?
Pac-12.
It'll be Pac-12?
They're working on having 8 teams. But
So
apparently,
Pac-8.
I don't think they're going to change their name.
Yeah, 2-Pac wouldn't be bad, eh?
Yeah, 2-Pac.
He's still alive in college football.
Yeah. Did you say there's going to be 8? Like there'll be
They've
an
added,
Ocho?
they've added 5 They've
Texas
added
El Paso
4
or-
football conference, 4 football teams, right? No, they're at 7. So they added 5 football teams. They've added also Gonzaga, but they're not a football program. And you need 8 football programs to stay a status as a conference.
There's only like 3,000 kids go to Gonzaga. Like, how can you have a football program?
Well, they're
and
not getting a football program.
And a
right?
basketball program.
But their
Yeah.
basketball program, the rest of it has joined the Pac.
Yes.
Soon to be Pac. Except
The Tupac.
so they have 8 members moving there. Boise and State and all that. But
Boise and State?
Boise State. But of those 8, only 7 play football, so they still have to add one more team.
Yeah.
You got Hurricanes action on Saturday. You got
they should
CFL
all,
playoffs.
I think they should all play on blue football fields.
I'm going to be
as well.
sported out by the time the Oilers play.
And, Jets Stars as well. I know we like to talk up Winnipeg here a lot. It's a big day in Winnipeg Saturday.
Winnipeg Jets are can't miss hockey right now.
Of course. No,
Like,
I get that. And the Blue Bombers are can't miss football.
If you've got nothing else to watch,
I got it all going for them.
Like, just turn on a Jets game right now.
T-Mac the Rugby Guy asks, is Claire's last name Nugent Hopkins? Going on the preteen boy. Yeah. We'll drop it there. Look, let's do a sports update now 3 minutes earlier, and then we'll get into
Gotta go warm up some wax.
Well, you get the wax. Maddie will do this. He'll get you up to date. Chuba Hubbard getting the bag this morning as well.
What? I'm supposed to do an update. Why are you giving away my update here? What are you doing here?
I haven't told him the numbers. I
great
I
job.
just said Chuba.
Just about to throw to my sports update, but here's what Matt's going to say in his sports update.
Give him the numbers. Give him the details.
Now, do I have to start with the football? I guess I'll start with the football. Carolina Panthers have locked in one of their young stars. That's running back Chuba Hubbard, a 4-year deal, $33.2 million contract extension, has a max value of $37.2 million, 15 of which is fully guaranteed. Thursday Night Football tonight is the AFC North battle with the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, and Joe Burrow. Join Lieutenant Eric at Centric Casino Sports Bar and Lounge for the action and a chance to win on the scoreboard. That gets going at 6:15. Noah Hannafin scored the game winner with 49 seconds left as the Golden Knights beat the Oilers 4-2 last night. Kulak and Hyman, they were the goal scorers for the Oil. Next up, Edmonton is in Vancouver on Saturday. Elsewhere, the Capitals beat the Preds 3-2. The Red Wings, they knocked off the Blackhawks 4-1. And in the NBA, the Raptors fell to the Kings 122-107. The Warriors went to Boston, got past the Celtics 118-112. Grizzlies beat the Lakers, and the Thunder fell to the Nuggets. This EST Sports Update is brought to you by Sit and Sleep. The wait is over. Sit and Sleep is now open. Celebrate with 20,000 square feet of savings on the trendiest furniture, home decor, and mattresses. Apply for your Sit and Sleep card today to make no payment for 18 months. Interest-free. Apply now to be entered in to win your purchase for up to $5,000 on furniture and home decor. Sit and Sleep. Find them next to Planet Fitness in South Edmonton Common. Coming up next, we continue with the Nielson Show with Lieutenant Eric and Wil Fraser. I'm Matt Iwanek. You're up to date.
The Nielson Show featuring Lieutenant Eric. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk.
All right, 8:30. It is the Nielson Show, EdmontonSportsTalk.com, streaming on the iHeart and TuneIn radio apps and on YouTube. If you have been streaming the show this morning, I would highly suggest, and that's great. Whatever you do, however you digest the program or programs, EST throughout the day. Hangout coming up next, EST afternoons, Lock Shop, Two Guys and a Goalie, the Oilers stream, the Reed Wilkins Show with Jason Milne 3 to 6. But you might want to hop on the YouTube feed right now.
Self-improvement.
It is. Well, no, but that's what this is. A little.
Yep.
I mean, people pay money to go to spas to get this type of treatment.
Right.
You've been gracious enough to bring in your homemade kit here.
Yeah.
We're going to be waxing, waxing our noses. You don't wax the outside; you wax the inside. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But I'll be doing it for the first time, shoving wax up my nose and ripping it out. I think Matthew, this is the first time for you as well, right? Will, you do this? This is a monthly thing every 2 months.
Old hat. It's old hat.
And you're going to show us how it's done.
I'm going to
so
lead
that we're
the
not
way.
scared.
That's leadership.
You've
right?
heated the wax up. I do find it funny. We need to wear these mustaches as well.
Well, you guys
over
are not clean shaven, so you want to cover that up.
Yeah, I should have done that.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, if you want to come choose a mustache, there's two different kinds: the twirly one or the standard one. This is something I'm very excited here. Thank you. Oh,
actually,
boy.
Matthew chose the exact mustache I would have chosen for him. It's got a real sort of prison guard vibe to it.
The Dom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So put this on now?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, might as well. See how it'll stay. So it basically works like this. You heat it up in the microwave, and you're kind of just...
It's on my lip. Is that okay?
Ooh, I think this is going to be
I think it's just to protect from
I think this
the
is going to
wax.
be...
I don't like it on my lip. It
Feels like it's going to come off.
I know, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like this.
Okay.
This is already off to a bad start.
So...
Can't even talk, it seems.
I get it to this point. Cover
seems like a
my
lot.
plunger.
Watch out.
And literally... up the nose, and then kind of give it a...
Get on camera.
An around, right? Give it
do
give
that.
it one of these, and then I start the clock.
Start the clock.
And we're going to give it 90 seconds.
90 seconds. And you only do one at a time.
Yeah, you can't do two at a time.
Really?
Yeah. So you kind of get it to this point, and you're just letting it.
So 90 seconds, and you hum a tune, you kind of look at yourself in the mirror.
This is when I sing What Say You a lot. What say you?
Again, I got to say, this is the thrill of it all, really, is wearing these cool mustaches.
You do look good. You do
Thank
look
you,
good. Yeah. Happy Movember.
Like a Chaplin type of Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
These are the only two styles, hey? There's no...
yeah.
That's kind of boring.
Sorry.
Yeah. No, I
My
mean, that's
apologies.
okay. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't mind wearing the other one, too, maybe another time. But,
Yeah.
Okay, so we're at...
I might actually... Wow,
40.
No, I think we're going to be okay, guys. I think...
So you really jammed it up there, hey? And how far... Is there too far? Can I go?
So you'll see on it, there is a bottom, right? So you can't go too far.
Well...
it naturally stops.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have the flared nostrils, so I'm not worried about you.
Not yet.
Yeah.
They have been growing over the year. I am Matt. What's your level of? Are you excited? Are you
apprehensive?
concerned? What are you feeling?
I'm getting a little, I don't trust this wax.
Yeah.
Like this mustache isn't. It's like it's not already sitting well.
I know,
Like
right?
it's starting to come off. It feels
you're
like in
just
something.
trying to protect yourself a little bit.
So
Okay,
no, I
so
know, but I don't
we're
feel
at
like this is the best
we're at
quality,
about
so I don't
90
trust this
seconds.
Mac.
No,
We're at
it's
about
wax.
90 seconds. So you begin by kind of breaking the exposed wax away
Uh-huh.
as much as you can.
And that's from the outside. You're kind of
Yeah.
gnawing at it. There you
Just
go.
kind of giving it a little bit of a work.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and then you guys tell me when. Count it down.
2, 1.
And that's what she is, folks.
God.
Look at this. Look at.
Oh my.
Yeah. That's what's coming out.
That hasn't seen the light of day. Like that's growing in the cape.
Oh, I can breathe again.
Now you're going to do the other one.
Well, no. Did you want to give it a
Sure.
shot?
Yeah. Load me up, baby.
Let's go.
God, I am.
Maddie, you want to give it a shot here? Not really. Okay.
The adrenaline's coursing through my veins here.
So you just put that in, buddy.
Okay.
Give her a ride.
Jeez.
Yeah, like a string of mozzarella. Doesn't taste the same, but kind of.
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's warm.
Is it up enough?
Yeah.
Is it up enough? I really.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Am I good?
You're good, Maddie. Maybe don't need it too high up. Maddie,
Feels like I got punched in the face.
Okay. All right, guys.
Do I breathe through the nose? Like should I? Kinda,
no. Try and not breathe through that nostril. I don't know if you're able to do that, but
should I touch it anymore?
Maybe a little mouth breathing wouldn't hurt it.
So this isn't enough.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Now the waiting is what kills you.
Yeah.
Hey, this 90 seconds will feel. I can feel it up there.
Yeah.
I can. It's,
You can feel it congealing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's touching things that I can't even.
Yeah. Like I said, this thing's pulling something right out of the tear duct. I guarantee it.
Tube Sock says nasal hair filters out pollutants. Keep it where it is.
Yeah. Well, I think most of us know that at a certain point it begins to do the job too well. And so you kind of need to.
The warm. It's nice being the warm. Hey, the warm touch, Maddie. It feels good, kind of in a sense.
The warm touch.
I don't know if I got it in all the way.
A warm bath for your.
It's all right. We
for
could
your
always go a
nostril.
second time, Hattie, if you don't get it
good.
right the first.
Is this recommended by healthcare professionals? Ronnie
No.
Oceanfront says
No.
It's not.
I
Wait, you're
can't
saying no?
imagine any healthcare official would recommend this.
Well, then why are we doing it?
But no healthcare official would ever recommend you waxing a hair ever.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, I guarantee it.
I trust you a lot.
I don't on that.
Hey guys.
Well, not on that. Not
Hey,
on
you guys can start breaking it away whenever you want. Yeah, you can
So I just riff it
yeah,
out?
Just
Oh,
kinda,
breaking away. Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
work it around. You don't want to pull on the skin too much, right?
God.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maddie,
How do
you
I know
doing,
if
buddy?
I've broken it enough?
You kind
Do
of
I
give
know?
it just a little bit of a pick around the edges.
Like this?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see. You can kind of feel it.
Oh, this is
separate.
gonna hurt.
Can I?
Yeah.
This
I
is
can
gonna
tell
be
this is
terrible.
gonna hurt.
Yeah.
What if I bleed?
Well, then you bleed.
Well, what
If you bleed, you bleed.
Are we doing the
Jesus, Will.
countdown here?
Okay.
Oh
You guys
God!
ready?
Is it no? But wait! Is it enough?
Yeah, it's enough.
Is it
You're
are
good.
You sure?
You're
I'm just
positive. 5, 4, 3.
I didn't get a lot.
2, 1. Oh, come on, grip it.
God, that hurts. Ow!
I got some stuff,
1,
not a
2,
lot.
3, give it a shot.
Ow!
Do you need me to do it? Come on, you got this. 1, 2, 3.
Oh!
Yeah, see, that was the one that was attached to the tear duct. Yeah.
I don't want to do the other one. What are you doing here? You sick? What are you feeling?
Well, I don't know if
That
I
was
got-
terrible.
It didn't hurt that bad. I didn't get a lot, it looks like. Maybe I don't have a lot.
All right, round 2.
No!
Yeah,
I'll do round two.
Round 2. Come on, Maddie. We're all doing this together. This is team building if I've ever seen it.
Yeah.
This is equivalent to bungee jumping, really. When you think about it. Yeah.
The cord breaks.
Well, I'll get me going, and then I'll. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there. All right, Maddie. Oh yeah.
You got a bit of wax. You got a hair of wax hanging.
There you go,
Am I
buddy.
bleeding?
No, you got
That,
wax in your mustache.
that's the
God.
good one.
Oh, damn it.
No, you're like fake mustache.
Oh,
On the
good.
fake.
On the fake mustache.
Yeah, this is why you wear the fake mustache. Imagine if you hadn't.
This is the worst day of my life.
Sounds like you've lived a pretty good life.
I guess so, hey?
Don't make me laugh right now. I'm trying to put this in my nose.
Mazel tov. No, this is more of a l'chaim to life.
God.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff right there.
You sick man.
Yeah. No. Listen.
I can only imagine doing the chest.
Let it out. Just let it out.
I'm going to say some words here that might get us.
You have to express it to feel it. So just let it out. You're doing well.
Is it up enough?
Oh, yeah. No, that's the good stuff.
I might have to get you to pull it off again.
Okay. Yeah.
Because
not
I
a problem.
clearly don't have the mental fortitude or physical.
Yeah. You're afraid of pain. I get it. Who is it?
I thought I was pulling hard enough. I don't know what hard is.
No, it's starting a lawnmower, man. You can't just.
There's blood on here. That's not good. Come on.
There's no blood on
Look, what's red? What do you think that is?
Give me a countdown. 3, 2, 1. And that's another.
You get lots out there. You are.
Well, that's why I kind of do gotta dig her around a little bit there.
Okay, so maybe I didn't do that good enough.
Who knows? I don't.
Well, you told me I did.
Well, listen.
What do I have to
practice. I don't expect you to be perfect off the start.
Mustache is falling off.
Ooh, that is
Well,
something.
the mustache could fall off now.
I guess so.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, I got to break mine up.
Okay.
Oh, mine didn't work. I didn't get that one up enough.
No, you clearly didn't.
Nothing came.
It's okay.
See,
I'll
that
do it
one's
for you
clean.
later. I'll perform it myself. You ready there? Eric, you got this.
I'm loosening it.
Yeah.
The other one wasn't loose enough. You said so yourself.
Yeah.
Is it loose?
Sure.
What? I don't want to do this. I know what's coming now. That's the bad part. I know what's coming.
You don't want to do it? That's fine. You can just leave it in. That's fine. This is just who you are now.
How about just do one more for me?
One more. He's coming back again.
I didn't get
now
anything.
he's addicted. I know.
Yeah, he likes the pain. He likes the pain at this point.
Just not like too much. I'd have a small nostril or something. I don't know.
Just an itty bitty cute little nostril.
This is terrible.
Okay, there you go, buddy. Yeah. Just get her up there. Okay, let me.
But is it loose enough?
Yes.
Okay.
Now it's
There's
staying
my
in too
nose.
long.
What?
Yeah. Ready? Ow! Ah!
Where is it? Right here?
Okay.
Blood on this one, too. You made me bleed my own blood, both nostrils. Whoa. I am never doing that again.
That was better than
never
I thought.
again. Never
that
again.
Was better than I thought it was going to be. Oh my God.
Never again.
Thank you for doing that. Maddie?
I just put it in.
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
All right.
I got.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for the itch knee high though. That was a nice touch. It kind of made me giggle a bit.
Oh yeah. Look at some of the length on that.
Yeah, we'll Instagram these out.
Yeah, yeah.
Tweet them out. I mean, this is you put them on your wall, right? This
Actually,
is kind of your.
You can get these in the pop-up shop now. So, yeah.
With EST logoing.
Yeah.
All thanks to the High Product Marketing, official merch partner of Edmonton
You
Sports
selling it
Talk.
with the mustache and the thing up your nose is the best. Oh boy, I
don't know what would be worse, selling these on the pop-up shop or knowing that one of you sickos would buy them.
Yeah, I'm up for it all, really.
Oh, you're saying ours that we
Yeah,
use.
yeah.
I thought the wax stuff.
Oh no, you.
Oh, we'll sign them.
You get a little bit of our DNA,
Yeah,
you know.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Make your own, Maddie. I want to get home.
Ready?
Sure.
Itch knee.
Oh, I gotta make sure this is all.
Yeah, we'll count it down with the itch knee high.
Oh, my God.
Let us know when you're good.
Okay, we'll give it a try.
All right.
Itch knee high.
There we go. Oh, that was a
See,
good
that was
one.
productive. That was productive.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I?
There,
if you want to see
is.
it?
There it is. Oh.
It's there.
Yeah, just
The
breathe in
post-nail,
the
yeah,
free air.
I can't. I'm too raw.
My nose aren't as. I'm not as nosy up or hairy up there.
Yeah,
as I
see?
thought.
This is terrible. I'll never be the same
Actually,
again.
it's wonderful.
This
I'm
is-
ruined.
Yeah, see? Who doesn't want to get on board with that?
There's a. Well,
I raised
left
my
was
hand.
more
You know
than the
what?
right.
That beer of the week's going to taste so much sweeter.
Oh, I'll be able to. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
the
what again, what are you
bouquet.
supposed to do with
Yeah,
that?
yeah, you're not getting at the nose in there for sure. Yeah, I never noticed.
One question, LTE. How did you not expect that much pain, Library Pat? I just thought it was I thought it'd be like a mosquito bite or something. Are you breathing better at least? Colton asks. Not really.
Yes, he
I'm
is.
kind of scared to breathe in. I'm going to be a mouth breather now, 24/7. That terrified me.
Yeah,
It wasn't that much painful.
I know. He's being a big,
You guys and your virgin noses.
for
For me, it
being a
wasn't.
big baby about this.
I never thought I would be, to be honest with you. I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but I'm not lying. This isn't like I'm not dressing this up in any sort of fashion. That hurt.
I'm excited to go see. Like just in the window or in the mirror. See, like
he's getting the itch.
Oh,
now,
you're going to be able to see brainstem now,
I'm
man.
going to be addicted now.
Again, blood on both.
Duck Dad said,
but then
knock it off.
Red, right here.
No,
I ain't selling these. Nobody's getting my blood. I tell you that much.
Duck Dad said you could actually hear the hair ripping out of my nose when I did it.
See, we didn't need the lapel mics at all. It's great. That hurts for James H. Brown Injury Lawyers. When accidents happen, I will be phoning them. I'll be getting on the website now. I expect a call from Trent Brown.
I'm definitely getting sued on this.
Yeah,
sure.
we'll take you to some sort of court.
I know who you have beef with.
Yeah.
Well, no, we've set it up in the perfect time, and I kind of had a feeling that this might be overlapping here.
Did it hurt me? Not very much, but it definitely hurt Lieutenant Eric.
Yeah. Now dip the pen caps in the wax for Zach and Dusty to chew on. Big Maple says.
Is Zach a chewer?
Dustin.
I didn't know he was a chewer.
Dustin would eat this up. He would.
He'd be
Yeah.
Monica and Chandler from Friends.
Yeah.
That's all they had.
I feel like I have a nosebleed.
You know what?
Do I have a nosebleed?
No, you did really well. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
It still hurts.
On all your success.
James H. Brown Injury Lawyers and accidents happen. Go to jameshbrown.com.
Oh, yeah, that was productive. I'm happy about that.
Yours, I mean, you take the cake.
Yeah.
That stuff you got it going on up there, baby.
Yeah.
And you do this every couple months. I haven't done this before. And
If I don't,
then I'm half of what you.
If I don't, I'll start to be able to comb it around my mouth. Like it needs to be taken care of.
I'm spun here, boys. I can't. I don't even know if this is good or not. I'm feeling. How are you breathing? Are you breathing better? Are you breathing through your nose?
Yeah,
your nose
I'm
looks a little
feeling
red from
better.
here. Like his mind, you kind of. Mine's red. I feel red.
It feels like there's
less obstruction.
Well, then that there's it feels fresher almost.
Yeah, but not good. It's unfamiliar.
Oh, this day it's gonna be careful. I'm gonna keep Kleenex around.
Yeah. Like
you're
I
gonna
said, you're going to have that for a day. You'll have that.
The drip.
The cocaine drip.
Be great at the Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge tonight. You can join me. I might not last the game. Excuse me, sir. We're going to have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm still just fascinated by it. Just comes out. Look at that.
Yeah, see?
I think you got him.
I've
hooked now.
hooked. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Do you have some sort of a reference account here?
I do not.
You signed
I
somebody
should
up.
have.
This is a pyramid scheme.
Fraser for hire.
Yeah. Get 10% off the code. Look, I got beef right now
With Wil
for Corey the
Fraser.
Butcher and Acme Meats. The Nielsen Show continues here. Lieutenant Eric, Wil Fraser, and Matt Iwanek. Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Acme Meats, serving Edmonton for over 100 years. 9570 76th Avenue in the Ritchie Market there. Great place to go if you want a coffee, a beer, a little bit of food as well. But you got Acme Meats smack dab in them. You've been to that Ritchie Market area, hey? Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Incredible.
Acme Meats, go see Corey today. Tell me EST sent you. Great butcher. Interesting cat as well. Follow him on Instagram. Great follow on Instagram. He's always, I told you this morning too, I don't know what the topic was, but pig eyes scare the hell out of me.
You said they're too human.
They're too human. They look weird. They look like they're staring into your soul.
Did you ever have
Tommy's here. He wants to jump
Tommy,
in.
you want to
Looks
get
like.
a nose wax? It's really good. You get blood. You're a twisted puppy. Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right. We knew that. I still have that gift for you, Tommy.
Gazzola, you've never waxed your nostrils?
Why do you ask such a...
and you get the
you've never
stubble
been?
then. Oh, my God.
Tom, I have a present for you on the Hangout. I'll present to you on the Hangout. You should be. You should be. This is very
We've
sweet.
been waxing nostrils. The man knows pain now.
It's very delicious. Changing 200 on the YouTube. You damn rights.
Darn
After
right
that
you are.
exercise, I'd sure hope we are.
Does that come into a moment of the year? The nose coming out?
I don't like nominating things I'm part of,
exactly.
so that's not for me to say. I don't... And it's a long year. We got a lot of stuff.
We
to
got
get
to
to
watch
here.
out. It's a nomination, so we need the list.
Maybe
for later. So
when we
we'll
do
fill
it 3 months from now, maybe that one will.
It will not be happening again.
Well, it's not that. I'm looking online of how much it costs.
Yeah.
You've got him. You've got him.
It's like $20.
Well, there's one that for like $37, but it comes with like its own warmer.
That's the one I want for you. I want you.
Use the promo code Wil Fraser.
You to have on a corner
it.
table in your condo, just warmed, constantly warmed.
Well, I was going to leave it
if
here.
you come by,
waxing,
hey, you want to?
Yeah.
I was going to have it here. Just anyone need Who needs a little wax?
Yeah.
Just a
Offer
quick
the
show
guests
prep.
in the hangout.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like, would you
not?
like a water? Would you like a nose waxing?
Yes. A hot towel for your face, maybe a nose
Yeah.
wax.
You could definitely put these into like a cup, like pencils.
Communal, yeah.
Yeah.
Just coming down
Help
and have
yourself.
a dip. Have a nice little dip.
Well, I got beef with you. I didn't know that this would be as painful as it was. You led me down a bad road, and I have beef with this.
Yeah.
And again, being the only one in this room that drew blood out of both, neither of you can. Like, I get it. You're looking at buying them. You don't seem to care at all. You seem to find this rather hilarious.
Yeah.
I got beef
when
with
you're
all
as dead inside as I am, I know. You take any opportunity to feel something.
Should have seen it coming. The way I know
I don't
you,
see
but
blood.
Yeah. See.
I know what you did wrong.
You're so.
Oh, I can probably name.
You're so dramatic.
A decade. Look, what do you guys have beef with? Anything? Do you have beef with anything in your life right now?
TSN not playing the 2 college football games. Those cowards.
Those cowards.
That was probably my favorite moment of this show.
That was of all of them. That was the one. Yeah, that had you going.
Those cowards. I have beef with Winnipeg sports fan because it feels. I don't know because I haven't been in Winnipeg this year, but it feels at least like there is more enthusiasm for the Jets outside of Winnipeg than there is for it inside of Winnipeg, and that ain't right. That's a good hockey team.
Yeah, and I think I was fired up this morning. I think it was in Fired Up or the Fan Zone, but I did mention, like, you can't use the football team, as great as they are and as popular as they are right now, as an excuse.
No.
It's once a week, if that.
No, if anything, the momentum should be feeding off of each other at this point. Like, it should be all you're talking about is whatever sporting event you can attend because it's all great right now in Winnipeg. And it really is. Like, I don't know, Jets fan, I don't know if you're going to have a better sports month than the one in front of you right now.
And I think from an Edmonton fan's point of view, if you are one of the football/hockey diehards in this city, to which there are a lot, who would like two successful, a two-headed monster flying through and moving forward, to see that and say, it's only one supporting one or whatever.
I've never heard of the reasoning that, the reason why we're not fully involved with this excellent hockey team is our local football team is too good.
Also having success. Yeah.
We have to wait for them to suck for us to get on board with a good hockey team. Like, it should be that great moment where you're like, I may be paying this debt for a decade, but this is when I'm going to go into debt, is to be a part of this moment.
Yeah. And even again, when both of them are going and maybe perhaps playing at the same time, we saw in this market the Elks playing, unfortunately, their final game at home is same as the Oilers and Sid. I mean, a scheduling, banana peel for them. I get that, and that shouldn't come as a surprise. I did have a beef with that as well when people were, look, the Elks can't even get a fan of the season. The Oilers. Well, no.
Yeah.
No crap. Of course, that's they're a team that's not making the playoffs.
There's lots of reasons not to show up.
Yeah, but when you have two good ones, I mean, to pick from whatever you want and have it all be good at the same time, especially this weekend. It's kind of funny how that lines up. Stars visiting the Jets that afternoon. They have the Riders visiting the Bombers, and they both the green and blue bowl on both ends of the spectrum, which is pretty neat.
That's right.
But I mean, what a day you could have going to the hockey game, and then after that taking whatever light transit they have or whatever you do to then the football game. And we brought up money. Not an excuse, but a reason for some people out there, which is fine too.
That at some point you need to make the call.
Yeah.
Are we a city that can support a National Hockey League team? And maybe the answer is no. And that's not to denigrate the city. It is to call out the reality of the city, because we've had the text where it's like they need more corporate support. They might not have the corporate support available, right? It might just be that the corporations are not big enough or are not wealthy enough.
Matt Hyman made that
to be supporting them.
Yeah, and Chris Lev in the nasty chat, Winnipeg season ticket holder, Ticketmaster. It looks like after November 19th through January, games have much better sales levels, limited inventory. But yes, Winnipeg get down to the rink. This town can afford it. It can't be the football team. It just can't be. I'm sorry. They're not
a building that seats 15,000 people. It should be sold out every night.
Yeah. You're not filling a Grand Canyon here.
No, I remember talking to Huss last year about this. There was a reckoning coming from a few years ago when they really raised their ticket prices from a playoffs, and they almost bankrupted their fan base.
Yeah.
And they just don't have the money. And if you're a Jets fan, why bother spending money right now in November when you're saving up to be there in March, April, May, June? Last year, the Oilers didn't sell out for the first couple of months of the season.
Yeah.
They had great attendances. They weren't at 12,000. The city of Edmonton, though, is a bit higher population than Winnipeg.
Yes.
But this city did not sell out every game last year. Like, there's no stones I think Edmonton can throw at this. Let's watch what Winnipeg does in 25 when you get closer to the playoffs and you get to the playoffs, when they're going to raise their ticket prices. And fans are probably sitting there going, I'm not spending the money now. I want to see playoff hockey.
Yeah.
I don't need to see hockey in October, November. I want to see round one. I want to see round two action. And that's going to cost me this much money. And I don't have that money to spend. Like, I'm not going to just spend it on November. I'm saving it for the playoffs.
When you are a 15,000 seat building, there is no reason to not be sold out. Unless your city can't afford it. Unless your fan base, you just don't have enough money in that fan base to afford it. And that's when you need to start asking, are we an NHL city?
Or are the prices just too high from the Winnipeg Jets in general? Have they raised their prices too high?
We're saying the same thing, that like you need to have a city that can afford the price raise.
But did they go too much higher? Did the Jets raise the prices for a market that's New York style of Toronto? That's
are they the
issue.
most expensive ticket in the NHL?
Know.
If they are, I will concede the point, and just be like, you can't be Winnipeg and be the most expensive ticket in the NHL. But if they are an average Canadian NHL ticket price, then there is no excuse that you're not selling that building out. Unless you have to look in the mirror and go, maybe we're not an NHL market.
That's not NHL. Like, there's something from, like, because I remember this going back to Huss's point where they bankrupted the city. In 18-19, they were the fourth highest ticket price in the National Hockey League.
Okay.
Only Bruins, Rangers, and Leafs were higher.
In 18-19?
18-19. And this is where Huss was saying that at the time, fans spent so much and there was going to be a reckoning, but then COVID hit and they got refunded money.
Yeah.
And so it pushed things back.
Yeah.
But there was a point where they were one of the top 5 ticket price.
Yeah, but are they? I'm not talking about before. Are they right now?
There was a it caught up to them. That's it. Sometimes with these things, it takes a while for where they can't spend because they still had the money for a couple of years because the COVID came. And so now I have to go look what it is this year.
If you have to save up over multiple years to be able to afford 1 year,
no, it's
of an
the
NHL,
fact that
that makes you a
they went to the playoffs and then they
makes you a
fans.
non-NHL market. If that's the case, if your city is so limited in its funds, if your fan base only has so much money to spend over a 5-year span, then you're not an NHL market. Right? Like then
move the team.
Right. Like this is what
when the city of Edmonton loses McDavid and Connor and Leon and they don't spend the money anymore, move Edmonton.
Yeah.
That's what's going to be the argument that's going to be thrown this city's way.
Absolutely. Like if you can't afford your market, like your team, you don't deserve to have it. It can't just be about we'd really like it. You have to be able to afford it. And so that's the reality of a corporate world, right? Like none of this is a social program. This is all capitalism at work.
This text flies in. What's next? Your anuses? That's going back though to the waxing.
I think for me at least, it would be similar to my ear. There's just too much
wax.
Yeah, too much lubricant.
That's I Got Beef. Corey the Butcher and Acme Meats. Great conversation. And again, I think you're right. It's not a plaything that you can kind of take off the shelf and not the waxing, the hockey team.
The hockey team. Yeah.
We're kind of overlapping here. But it looks like Rip City Steps texted in a picture as well. Hustler. Jets and Bombers fans who wants to take in the biggest sports doubleheader of the year in Winnipeg, enter now for a chance at Super Saturday Sports Marathon with great seats for both games. He's got a deal. I know there's Winnipeg people listening. If you're out that way, hit up the Winnipeg Sports Talk, and he's got a chance for you to both go to the Jets and Stars and Riders and Bombers this Saturday.
Like it's not even that there's a dog match in there, right? It's Bombers versus Saskatchewan.
This is marquee stuff.
It is Jets versus Stars.
All you want. The green and blue. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Eat fresh, eat local, eat Acme. Acme Meats, 9570 76th Avenue. Let's get another wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, wouldn't that be cool? We should actually put him on the wall as a trophy. Head to WilliamHuff.com, in business since 1952. So you know they're incredible at what they do. William Huff, you can see one of the pull-up banners that they make and repair for us tonight. I'll be at Century Casino Sports Bar and Lounge, Ravens and Bengals tonight. But boys, what did we learn on the show today? I'll start. Bruce Boudreau's high school tag team wrestling name, when they walked around the halls beating up kids smaller and younger than him, the Kangaroos.
He is not making this up.
The Kangaroos.
No, any of it. This is not an embellishment. It's not like we're saying, he used to beat up the little kids. His told
words.
us.
His words. Yeah, and he's probably leaving out some other.
The one texter was completely right. When he was talking hockey, he was just like, the Preds, I don't know, this is going to be interesting. The Oilers, McDavid played well. Wrestling. Oh, so we beat up on these young kids. It was great.
We did not yes and him into this.
Oh, no.
Right? It's not like we were like, hey, did you pick on the little kids at school? Oh, yeah. No. Unsolicited. He goes, well, I used to beat up little kids in the hallways.
It's
fantastic.
The Kangaroos.
Yeah.
Of all the things.
I'd like to think that
back on his tail kicking you.
That as all of us sit around and go, that is the nicest man in professional sport. We all love Bruce Boudreau. I like to think
he's a real prick.
Yeah, I'd like to think that there's a group of like 19 guys that are like, you didn't know him in grade school, man. That guy was
nobody listens
to him. That guy's a monster.
Yeah, nobody would ever know.
And people are like, what are you talking about? It's Bruce Boudreau. They're like, no, that guy's sick. He used to beat us up.
Did we learn anything else today? It was pretty low event show.
I learned that the nose thing is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not that painful.
That this was a lot. I learned that this was a big ask, and I'm proud of you.
I didn't think it would be. The exercise.
The second one sure was.
I was pretty. I was very curious and keen on it.
Yeah.
But not the action.
See, that was the flip side. I was more reserved around this, and now
you're
on
fine.
Amazon
you're looking,
buying them.
Yeah.
And if it's going to be here today,
I want that heat cauldron.
You were like a young dog with a barking shock collar, right? Like we put it on you, tails wagging. New collar day, new collar day, new collar day, and then he lets out a yip, and it shocks him, and he doesn't want to bark after that point.
Nope.
But it's his nature.
Look, that was great. If you missed it, rewind on the YouTube. What are we watching tonight?
Also, I learned Chuba Hubbard contract extension for your deal with the Panthers.
Well, I kind of spoiled it, but if you have the money for us right now, you can see
friends and family,
financial figures.
Sportscast.
Financial figures.
There's
no, it's great. He got his bang. Yeah,
Christmas dinner's on him.
Table for who? At Swiss Chalet, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Type of thing. Yeah. Well, the money, the guaranteed money is the
15 mil.
Gotta love it.
That's car dealership money. That's what that is.
Text of the day, it's going to Big Slam Nasty. When the cat's away, the mice will play with nose wax. I just love that saying. We should say it more, incorporate it more into our day-to-day. When the cat's away, the mice will play. I don't know, that got me.
The big cat.
Oh, we need to get Dusty to do this.
Big cat.
I know.
Yeah, but if he was here, we wouldn't have the opportunity.
That's
so now we know.
Now it's like when
in 3 months' time when we all need.
I don't have to be here. Like, well, there's a way we can do this, but it's one of those. I think Dusty needs to try.
Maybe
this.
before the Spengler.
Yes,
he can
clean him up.
Clean those before the
to fit in with the Swiss. You know the Swiss.
That's right.
They love in there all the time. That's a daily thing.
You're gonna really want to smell the cheese fondue in Davos.
He's been missing it this whole time.
Yeah.
So Big Slam Nasty, you got text a day for NW, $20 to NW. That's coming your way. What are we watching tonight, boys? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. But if you're going in a few any MACtion, Conference USA that you'd like to bring?
NFL, so there's no college.
Yeah, okay. So
I think they take today off.
They take. Yeah, they observe.
They allow the NFL to
just like the CFL.
They allow the
just
NFL
like the CFL.
to play. Ravens.
Avalanche Jets.
Big night in the NHL as well. Yeah,
Avalanche Jets.
Avalanche Jets. Kings Canucks.
Thursday nighter and the NFL's great. Yeah.
Kings Canucks, but Nashville and Florida, as Bruce brought up as well. We'll see what the Predators can do tonight. NBA, I think 3 games on the NBA slate.
United 1 o'clock today, I think it is.
Yeah, Europa League action. Bulls at home to the Timberwolves. Will, your Bulls. Spurs, Trailblazers from San Antonio, and the Bucks hosting the Jazz as well.
I was wrong. It looks like there's 2 college football games.
There is somebody says Chris G. So they're not scared of the NFL.
Who isn't?
Cowards.
No, there's a couple
They're
people
not
that
like
aren't
the CFL.
cowards who aren't the cowards. The Sun Belt and the American Conference are not cowards.
I love the Sun Belt.
Coastal Carolina hosting Appalachian State, both 4-4. They need this win.
Happy State.
And then Florida Atlantic 2-6 head out to East Carolina, who are 4-4. Pirates at home.
Pirates and Owls, I think.
Both of those at 6 o'clock. So Sun Belt going up against the American Conference.
I like how it's not even going against the NFL. They're going against each other.
ESPN and ESPN2. So ESPN all in on the Sun Belt and America. Obviously, ESPN gets Sun Belt, so they like the Sun Belt a little bit more than the American.
Let the games begin.
Put that on TSN, you cowards.
This has been the Nielsen Show. Lieutenant Eric Wil Fraser.
Pop-up shop. You can pick up your very own.
Well, thanks for bringing that up. The EST pop-up shop is on now until the 10th. You cannot order anything else past the 10th. Get on there today, edmontonsportstalk.com. Jeff Krischel just walked in the house. Jasmine's waiting patiently. Tom Gazzola's in here as well. Never had his nose waxed. Matt Iwanik's going to be hanging out as well. I got a gift for Tommy I'm going to present to him. The Nielsen Show presented by Southport Chevrolet. Your next chance at the EST Flyway to LA keyword is coming up in the Hangout 9 to 11. If you're watching on YouTube, stay over, hit the autoplay. You'll be transferred over very easily. For Matthew Iwanik, thank you for producing today. Outstanding sports updates. Wil Fraser in again for Dustin Nielsen. I'm Lieutenant Eric. Enjoy the rest of the day. I love you.